See that? Some of the wireless. Your wireless not on.
My wireless capacitor turned off.
No
That
wireless for
motherfucker.
you. Okay. Let's see.
I
We
think
are
so.
live. We are feeding out to the folks out there. What's up, everyone? Let us know how's our signal coming in. How's the audio and all that kind of stuff. On my end, I always look marvelous. I always look marvelous on
I
my
mean,
end.
you
So
look, you look
look
marvelous. You
marvelous.
really do.
Yeah. So if you guys don't tell us, we don't know how it's coming in here. This is the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. Of course, we're broadcasting live on the Utreon, so we could show these. And this one is really
Oh,
nice. Wait till you guys see what this is
oh,
later on.
oh,
Oh, look,
oh, look
Babyface,
what
you're
I
not throwing up. What's wrong with you?
look what I dig through
Don't let
the.
me.
I go
Oh,
into the
oh, he's gonna
wormhole
throw
and
up
bring
night
out the.
vision. Babyface throwing up night vision. He's got a whole tactical wall right behind him. All right, yeah. So let me just while you guys are looking at Walter showing off at some kind of is that a new AK? Um.
No, no, this is a Yugo,
Oh.
PAP 92 PV.
Oh.
Yeah, it's one of the
Okay.
ones that Century Arms used to sell. Yeah,
Oh. Very nice. Very nice.
yeah.
So yeah, listen. Go to hankstrange.com. Sign up for our email list there. That's the thing to do. And you can find out all about the different things that we have going on, different platforms we're on, how you can support us, places you could buy cool stuff and then send a couple of pennies to us. Which we're all in need of. Everybody needs the pennies from heaven, right? Pennies from heaven. Rest in peace, Regis Philbin. I actually saw Regis
Oh, he
Philbin.
passed away. He died.
Yeah, didn't Regis? Yeah, I'm
No, I
pretty
didn't
sure
know that.
Regis.
I
I
didn't know
think
that.
so, but I don't
I'm pretty
remember.
sure Regis passed. We'll have to Google that.
Oh! I thought you meant like this weekend or something.
No, 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 no. He passed a
I think
while
he died
ago.
like
No, no.
a year or two
Yeah,
ago, maybe.
like two or something. But I
I
actually
wouldn't.
saw
I would.
Regis Philbin live. I saw him live singing "Pennies from
Yeah.
Heaven." Yeah, pennies. It's raining pennies from heaven. I
You
don't know,
you want me
something like
to you want me
what?
to unage myself, youth myself?
What?
I only know Regis Philbin from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and then I think a little bit of that morning show he did. That's all I know him
Oh,
from.
yeah, that's what I know
Oh
him from
well.
the
That
show.
I
that
don't. Did
most.
he do something else beyond that?
No,
Oh yeah, yeah. He's one of those old time persons,
but
But
he in movies a long time ago, Walt? I thought he was always like a
uh,
broadcaster of some sort.
I don't know for sure
Oh,
because I'm not a
Yeah,
big Regis fan. But I mean, I know from Regis and Kathy Lee,
yeah, Regis and Kathy
back,
that's
Lee.
yeah.
Yeah,
and that's what most people would know him from, or that we
That's
said
what I
that
knew him
million
from.
dollar
That
thing,
yeah,
whatever. Yeah,
millionaire.
yeah.
yeah,
I saw Regis. Oh, you know what? What are we doing? We got to start this freaking
yeah.
show. Hold on a second.
I
Yeah,
was.
start the
You
show,
hadn't
man.
clicked the button yet.
Yeah, let's start the show. Hold on, we're gonna start the show right
Welcome back to the Hank Strange Situation, Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded.
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Franklin Armory. Franklin Armory provides 100% US made firearms and awesome binary option triggers. Their focus and purpose is to provide freedom tools to all Americans, especially those in not so free states. So when you're in the market, please consider Franklin Armory. You know what? As one of my favorite broadcasters once said, Joe, I am kind of retarded.
I'm a little retarded.
I'm a little retarded. We would
Who said
actually.
that?
You don't know who said
Alex
that?
No.
Alex Jones.
Oh
Yeah.
man, Joe, I'm a little
Uh,
retarded.
Oh,
yeah, Joe, I am actually a little bit retarded. Just a little.
Yeah.
Yeah. We will actually go this whole show and never start it. So welcome back, jazz hands. Let's get the jazz hands going. When it's not racist because we're all retarded, so and we're admitting it, so no one can hold that.
That's right.
We're all somewhere on the spectrum.
Oh God.
I'm on the
Are
I'm
we
on the
gonna
deep
talk
dark side.
about some Joe Rogan?
Yeah,
tonight?
absolutely. I'm on the deep
Okay.
dark side of that spectrum. This is the
dark
chocolate
side.
the chocolate side of the spectrum. This is podcast number 866 of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. FreeForAll Monday with Walter Killer Keller of Safety Harbor Firearms. Let's see, there he goes right there. Hope you guys have your big girl panties on ready for this. We also have Babyface P right there of Babyface P Incorporated. They are available for mercenary services around the world.
Oh wait, hang on. Speak for yourself. Come on.
Oh.
You give me the right location. I might do it.
Babyface P is not a soldier of fortune.
I said I might. I might
Oh,
do
yeah,
it.
that's
You
what
get
I
enough
thought.
money in there.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, so here we are. It's Monday. Typically here I find out how you guys weekends are. Everyone's well, Walter, you did the far travel. So how was your weekend?
Oh well, my weekend started on Thursday. I went to New Orleans Thursday morning. My father-in-law, who had passed away.
Rest in
Um,
peace.
yeah.
Firefighter too. Oh, wait, no,
No,
Is he chief of police
he
or
was
what
a
is he right
cop
there?
for over 50 years in New Orleans.
Oh, cop, 50 years.
Yeah.
Popo in Nuo.
The funny part is he for a very short period of time he was the longest serving policeman in the city of New Orleans, and then right after he got out, somebody else topped him. And it's like some a bitch. Come on, man.
He should have fired that guy.
He
right before I quit, that guy's fired.
He went through the. This is going back in time. He went through the police training thing in New Orleans, 1954.
Holy jeez.
Yeah. Oh, there she is. You got home finally.
Oh, that's Peggy. Say hi to Peggy. Send our condolences to Peggy. Go ahead.
I will. My son took off with her car keys at the shop, so Spencer had to go get her.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But yeah, 1954. That's a whole nother. That's like going back to Lincoln's time.
That was Patrick. That was some of the policing that we heard about in movies.
Yeah,
that's when they caught the pickpockets and broke their hands. That kind of stuff.
They all had revolvers still for sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. He was a big revolver guy. He didn't like automatics.
This is funny. I love how that happens.
Did the cops back then use Tommy guns or no? You just revolvers?
Depending on the jurisdiction, they may have had BARs. They may have had
some of the police departments in their armories had all that stuff.
What?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, you get shredded.
And those were all. Well, they didn't carry them on the street. Those were for riots. That's for putting down the crazy stuff.
Riffraff.
And when
the
those
people,
guns were
the
all
protesters for freedom, and you're out.
Those guns were all transferables too. And a lot of times when those police departments upgraded, say the MP5s or whatever, these arms dealers came in there and got those things on a song. They traded MP5s for Thompsons that were probably pristine. We're not talking about World War. We're talking 1920s.
Oh yeah, they sat in an armory and never got used. I bet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right. So.
Aspa Warrior says they use BARs to kill Bonnie and Clyde. Is that true?
What? Yeah.
The
car was shot up with 30-06.
Okay.
What?
Bonnie and Clyde didn't fuck around. They were armed to the teeth. So when they finally ambushed those guys, they were not leaving, and they weren't going to get shot in the process. So you've never seen the picture of Bonnie and Clyde's car?
Oh, where's that in Vegas?
Yeah, I thought that's in a museum.
Do a search on the interweb and look at Bonnie and Clyde's car, a picture of it.
Or is it Law and Crime? I can't remember where it's located.
That was, I don't know where the car is now, but they were ambushed, I think, somewhere in Louisiana, if I'm not mistaken.
I know there was a...
But there's the pictures that are on the internet of the car have them still in the car, slumped over.
Oh yeah, they're bloodied up in that car.
Oh, they're dead.
I think so. Here, I don't know where is this Nevada road trips. So somewhere in, let me see if I can share my screen here for a second. Ooh, those are big bullets. Look at those.
That's 30-06, a lot of that, man.
Oh, full auto 30-06 too. Ooh. They unloaded.
They had those 30-06 BARs, and then they had the I think it's the 350 Winchester. That one rifle. It looks like I forget the.
Is it a Remington Model 8?
Yeah, I think that's the one. Yeah, it has a magazine.
Yeah, Remington Model 8. Magazine. Those were. Oh yeah, those are some big old rounds.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, they ambushed them. They knew where they were, and they knew they were going to be driving down this road. So as soon as they got there, they just opened up on them.
Okay.
They didn't give them a chance to shoot back because they had already fought the cops multiple times.
Yeah, it looks like all the fire is mostly focused on the front. Whoever was in the back seat got a couple shots, and then in the
they were
back
side
seat,
by side.
Yeah. Wow.
There weren't nobody in the back seat. It was just the two of them in the car. So,
but they got lit up big time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There There wasn't going to be no shooting back.
Mhm.
So,
That's old school justice.
Oh, it was.
well, they had killed a bunch of cops and people. So
Yeah.
guess what?
Mhm.
Yep. Gots to go. Gots to go.
Back they would have got executed anyways. There wasn't no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is old school. This ain't no pity and
what year? What year was that with Bonnie and Clyde? What year was that? Like in the 50s? When?
In the 30s, sometimes.
50s? No, that was the 20s or 30s.
30s.
Oh.
30s.
Yeah.
So like
Bonnie and Clyde was like the 30s.
So what was the execution back then? Was like an execution a hanging?
Oh, they would have hung him. Oh yeah, they would have strung him up.
Mm.
Put him in, bring him in town square, and string him up.
Oh wow.
They had the electric chair, I think, back then too. So
it depends on the state. I don't know that every state had it.
Yeah. I'm sure they're happier going out that way because like you don't want to get
the way I went out.
No, I'm just saying though, if you get caught and then you go into prison, then you're getting separated. At least, hopefully, they got some booty right before the end. Handle the business. They
died. Hold on, I'm looking up the date. Both died in 1934.
Asper Warrior says Bonnie and Clyde Hank, not Miss Daisy.
Think about this. They were 25 and 23 years old when they both died. That's young for bank robbers.
That's probably old for back then. What year was that?
1934.
30. Okay.
Oh, 34. Okay.
That's old for back in those days, though.
Yeah, that wasn't young, I guess.
Yeah.
But...
How old did a person get to be? 50?
Probably 60s, late 60s.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What is this? Night Train says, watch the ending of Bonnie and Clyde movie with Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway on YouTube.
19. Let's see. Yeah, about probably in the mid 60s is when is old age back in the 30s.
Okay.
Yeah, she was a little thing too. Bonnie was. She wasn't a big girl. She was.
No, but she'd kill you real quick.
In a heartbeat. Yeah.
63. So yeah, 63 was considered old. That was like life expectancy in 1934.
Okay.
So yeah, 25, I guess, prime of your life. Might as well go rob some banks.
Lived all your years.
Yes.
How many? So wait. So you said they were 26 and 23.
25 and 23.
25 and 23. How long were they badass gangsters for?
Let's find out.
What was their run? Was their run like 10 years or
2 years? 32 to 34. 21-month crime spree.
Jeez. Okay.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
That's crazy. They robbed gas stations, restaurants, small town banks. Chiefly, they operated in Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico, and Missouri.
Okay.
Yeah, wild.
Asper Warrior says, Hank, you gotta watch The Highwaymen on Netflix. Okay,
I've not heard of it.
And Brian Quick says Bonnie and Clyde were mostly peaceful. Brian Quick? Is Brian?
Well, as long as you didn't start shooting
mostly,
at them.
Other than 21 months out of your 25 years, yeah, they were mostly peaceful.
Except for all the people who got murked out.
Percentage-wise, they spent most of their time not killing people.
She
had a Model 12. Not a Model 12, Auto 5.
Yeah, she had a Model 11 cut off.
Or was it a Remington 11?
Yeah.
Short barrel little thing. That's cool.
Yeah. So is Brian Quick the guy who won that? He's the guy who won the.
So.
Oh, Brian Quick, did you see this? Hold on, let me see if I could pull this video up. So
that was the funniest thing with Patrick one bull at a time, and you had that dude on the side with the glasses looking like.
We made this video for you, Brian Quick. It's on YouTube right now. It's called what the hell is it called? High Point Bros.
Is that what you called it?
Yeah, you didn't see it yet?
Okay.
High Point Bros. And wait, hold on. I'm trying to remember where's the part where Patrick was shooting, because that is funny. Hold on,
it's like 10 minutes,
it's
5 minutes in.
Let me see. Where is it?
I'm glad you guys enjoyed it, because I felt I was very upset with myself for forgetting the magazines at home.
It was fun. Just the way you acted. It was.
So here we go. This is from our own YouTube channel, YouTube. So don't when we put this on YouTube later.
Oh, they're gonna claim it. I'm gonna claim it for myself. That's my channel.
Look at that guy.
Do you know who that is, Walt?
I don't think he does.
The person, though.
Yeah,
you need to look at you need to go watch Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah, Trailer Park Boys in the house.
Yeah,
This is
Trailer Park Boys.
What's the name of this guy in Trailer Park Boys? I always call him
I
Glasses.
don't remember his
I always
name.
want to call him Glasses, but I can't remember.
Yeah, the guy. All I know is the guy from Trailer Park Boys. I haven't watched enough of it to know their names.
Patrick did this so straight-faced. When I was editing this, I was like, oh my God, Patrick has mental problems.
He couldn't have planned that any better. He couldn't have planned that whole thing.
Yeah, so, but listen, but in that video, we are shooting Brian Quick's gun, so I guess at some point we could, let me see, where is it here? I think right here I'm shooting it. We could, that's coming to you.
It was ran great.
Yeah, this is Walt suppressor.
Yeah.
We didn't bother to sight in the iron sights.
Oh no, yeah, it's off. You gotta, whenever you get it, you're gonna have to move the sights.
That's not how we do.
It's shooting to the left. You gotta hold about I don't know, a foot to the right, and it'll hit.
Yeah, high point bros don't zero their rifles. They're Kirby.
Let me just say this: how many of the high point users on the street sight their gun in?
Oh,
yeah, probably not many.
Know. Yeah, that was
how
fun.
many even if their guns were sighted in, how many of them use their sights instead of just
yeah. Oh shit, man!
Asper Warrior says, Brian Quick, you shoot to the left anyway, right?
Just favor right, it'll work.
Yeah, so that was fun. That was a fun video. And it was totally, like, we don't really plan our stuff other than, like, oh, let's bring some high points, and no one planned for Patrick to not bring that magazine.
I planned on bringing magazines, and I left them sitting on the workbench. Throwing stuff in the car and walked out with them sitting right on the workbench and didn't even think twice until I got there. And I was like, where the hell are the magazines at?
I bought 3 of them so I wouldn't have that problem.
Someone was telling us that you can use a 10 millimeter and a 45, but I don't think you can use either one of those.
No, 40 cal and a 10 millimeter.
40 cal.
I thought the 10 and 45. No, now I don't know if the 10 would work.
Yeah,
40 cal and a 10.
And I think the 380 and the 9 might interchange as well. I think the only difference is they have these little the little feeding tabs that are on the top. On the 380s, I think they've pushed those in a little bit further to hold the rounds. But I think it's the same magazine body. It's just adjusted differently.
Yeah.
I don't quote me on that, but I think that's how it is.
Okay. All right. What are you downloading? Patrick.
Nothing here. I'm not doing anything.
Look,
I'm just
Walter is clear now. Walter is clear. You're
Nothing
pixelated.
Nothing being downloaded.
Okay.
Oh, the tough book has the internet now, so I just turned it off, turned it back on, and that's all I did there.
Brian Quick is laughing. So there you go. We shot your gun. That's going to go out at some point. I have gotten the parts in, so I just need to.
Did you get the? I thought you said you needed an FFL.
Yeah, I need to do the FFL stuff from Brian Quick. So I'm not sure if he communicated with Lola or not already.
Yeah, I think it's between him and Lola right now to get the info.
Okay, yeah. So we need to do all of that so we can write everything up. Then we could send it.
Quick update for everybody.
Yes.
I did get an email back on Friday from ATI, that is American Tactical Imports.
Yes.
Their gunsmith came along and said, yeah, it's bent to shit, send him a new one. As if I didn't know that already. So I'm getting a brand new receiver sent out.
Wait. Who said it was bent? Who is it that finally ordained it bent?
Their head gunsmith. I guess the lady gave it to him to look at. And I was like, no shit, of course it's bent. I told you it was bent. But of course he had to look at it first. So I should have a new Galil maybe this week. I don't know how quickly they'll ship it out.
Yeah.
I know you guys are out of town this weekend, so I might not be able to get it and work on it until next week. We'll see.
Yeah. Okay. Brian Quick says, didn't I also win a silencer from Liberty Suppressors? Yes. The gun we could send to your FFL now if you want.
You just got to find the SOT, and it's going to have to live in jail for 9 months.
So send us your FFL. Lola needs your FFL. We could send you the gun, and then we need to do the transfer stuff for the suppressor so you can get the suppressor.
She just has to, what's it called, Walter? It's just Form 3 it over, and that's pretty quick.
One of those things, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's Form 3, and that'll go over real quick. But his Form 4 is going to take, it's going to be like a pregnancy. It's going to get perky. It's going to take forever.
Baby. It's coming, baby. It's coming. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Patrick, how was your weekend? How was your weekend?
I didn't get
good. I don't know what we did. On Saturday we got up. It was a really gloomy weekend. Really, really gloomy here in Gainesville. Rain and cold. I'm not downloading anything. I have no idea why your internet's so terrible.
No, I checked.
Unless Barnley is.
I'm good. I mean, look, Walter is good. Like, Walter's coming in clear. Look at that. Look at that.
So on Saturday we went and got a propane upgrade for the Uni, which was very nice.
Which I saw that today.
Oh, now you're cheating. You're cheating now.
Oh, getting it up to temp was way faster. Holding it at temp is way better. Way easier to deal with the propane burner instead of a charcoal. Yeah. But we went and picked that up. The only one available was in Ocala. We had to drive all the way to it was like a 45-minute drive down to Ocala. So we took the day to drive down there and then had lunch and made a day of it. And then Sunday, if anybody wants to go look at my Instagram, we went strawberry picking at Red, White, and Blue Farms, which is out in Williston. And it was, again, gloomy and a little drizzly. But those strawberries,
see that right here.
I gorged myself while picking strawberries because they were amazing.
He was trying to offer me some, but I wanted the what was it? Blueberries, blackberries? I don't know.
Come March or April, I think is blue. I think April might be blueberry season.
Yeah.
Look at,
but they.
What?
I was going to say, beggars can't be choosers now. Come on.
I know. I'm offering him free fruit that I picked with my hands, with my labor.
I don't want low-test gasoline. I only want high-test if it's free. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, boy. Yeah, so check that out on Babyface P on Instagram.
It was like eating candy. Some of them were so sweet, they was like candy. They were amazing.
Cold and wet and a little,
Yes, cold and dewy. And oh my God, it was seriously picking them off the vine. It was only Marley and I and like two other people in the whole farm, like because it was kind of a nasty day. Yeah. So nobody was looking. I was just like, I probably ate 20 of them off the vine and then put the rest in the box. Man, they were good. Oh, they were good.
Yeah, they were big though. I saw that they were big. Yeah.
Let me do a restart. I'll be right back. Maybe that'll help it. I'll be back shortly.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see. Now Walter is going, so it's probably me.
Now look what you did, Patrick.
Now Walter's there. Now I don't know. It's so weird. I don't understand what's happening. If for the folks out there, let us know. Let us know how the signal's coming out on our end. Mine is always going to look super clear to me because basically what's happening here is like, I'm everything's coming into me and then I'm sending it out, so I can't see if there's anything going on. But we'll get Patrick back here in a second and see. As soon as Patrick went, then the horribleness switched over to Walter, so it might be the server. It might be the server here. We'll see what's going on with that. And we got like 21 seconds. Go ahead, Walt. Show your gun off. There you go.
There goes. It's all blurry. This is no good. Come on.
You'll have to wait until we come back. We're going to take a break right about now. Look at Walter right there. It looks like potato power. Walther Arms has been making concealed carry handguns for over 90 years, starting with the PPK. Today, Walther is based in the good old US of A and still builds quality firearms like the PPQ and PDP for personal defense and competition. So when you're in the market, please consider Walther Arms. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Walther Arms. All right, there you go. So this is from, Walter's looking a little bit better there. Asperword says, why does everyone else's internet suck? Ask the man broadcasting from a van. Yeah. Listen, I got 5G over here. It should be. I don't know.
I got like Ferrari speed over here, and it's just... Yeah. I'm a little better now, a little bit.
Yeah. Flying Rich says, Hank is clear, Walter is fuzzy. There you go. Walter looks better that way from Flying Rich. Oh my gosh, wow. Flying Rich is just, he's being hardcore. And Patrick, we can't even get him back. Patrick can't even dial back in, so who knows what's happening right there with that. We're not even getting him back. All right, so news. Walter, what kind of stuff? So a lot of stuff is in the news here. Oh, wait, how many guns do you have?
I got two of them. I don't just have one, I got two.
Oh, so you have one for each of us then.
I have each of us a 220.
This is why Babyface took a...
Oh, there he is.
As soon as you went out, Babyface, then Walter got messed up. Oh, boy. He looks like the Borg. Babyface looks like a Borg right there.
Resistance is futile.
Yeah.
Resistance is futile.
That's great. I'm on a podcast right now. Marley picked up something from the men's section, I guess.
Oh.
She was very excited. I hope this is better. I don't know if it will be.
Huh?
She went to Target and went shopping.
I think you're good. Oh, she went. Oh, okay. Shopping in the dude section. Yeah.
Am I ordering dinner? Okay, I gotta order
so,
dinner.
Okay, so news.
Dancing in the men's section.
Okay, so
what's in the news? What's in the news?
Lots of stuff in the news. Do you guys want to start with Joe Rogan? Do we want to... Oh, actually, you know what? Let's do this in the news section. I think Rich is texting a CRS update.
Oh, is there something new? What do we know?
Should I just throw this up here on the screen?
Is this the official charge?
Notice of hearing.
There's a hearing set. There's time for a hearing.
Take notice. This case is hereby set. Arraignment February 22nd. 11 a.m.
Jacksonville. I wonder if I should go sit in and listen.
I mean, you are our legal correspondent.
It's probably a weekday though, so I probably couldn't go. That is a bit annoying that the federal government can tell you we're going to try you in a state where you don't live. You're going to have to come here no matter what.
Yeah,
because he's I don't know how many states away. He's in somewhere up northwest. He's like in the Midwest, I thought.
Yeah, but the charges were filed in Florida, right? In
Florida.
Yes, yeah. They're filed filed in Florida.
Yeah. So Asper Warrior has a question for you that I'm not even putting up yet. I'm gonna let you look at that.
I can't see the chat right now.
Oh, you can't see the chat? And Brian Quicks, are any of these inexpensive Turkish
I wish I were kidding, but I can't.
Okay, Asper Warrior says, Patrick, don't answer. You have sex in those goggles, don't you?
Has not happened yet. I have peed multiple times in those goggles, including in the woods. I have pee-peed in the woods with those goggles on, and seeing the yellow stream come out of you is very interesting. Bright green, like Slimer.
Yeah, something wrong with you.
Well, you know what? I just had an idea for new OnlyFans.
Oh yeah.
No. Oh no!
Night vision OnlyFans.
NVG Live. NVG Live.
Oh,
that might be a thing. You might want to do that, Patrick, before someone else steals it from you. Okay, so
that would involve me showing my peeper to the internet, and I'm not sure I want to do that before anybody else steals. I think somebody else can steal that from me.
Oh, okay.
I don't know that I want to.
Oh, damn. I mean,
it's an OnlyFans. That's not for me.
So news. So that was news on CRS. His hearing is what, the 22nd?
22nd of February. So that's coming up 2 weeks. He's gonna have to be down here. So
yeah. And then
his GoFundMe looks like it's been doing pretty well. So I'm confident that he will have the money to make that trip. It's just never should have happened in the first place because the government has no reason to do any of that.
And GoFundMe is terrible. Someone, let me see. I don't know if
GoFundMe can F its own a-hole. If it weren't for this all happened beforehand, but yeah, the news on the GoFundMe front is they pulled.
Okay, what happened to Patrick?
You guys didn't see that?
No, you actually faded out. Walter's still here, but
that's on you, man.
Okay,
because my internet's working perfectly.
Somehow I'm getting.
Did you guys see the GoFundMe? The GoFundMe got pulled from the truckers in Ottawa.
Yes, from the Freedom. What is that thing called?
Freedom Convoy. What are you doing over there? You are like half paying attention.
Who, me or Walt?
Who, me?
Me?
You. The host of the show is like half-ass paying attention.
I'm looking for where I thought it was Elon Musk did a post on the on this whole Freedom Convoy thing. I was trying to find it.
He did. He posted one that you gotta love truckers.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody commented back saying, "Hey, are you gonna get your money back out of it?" And he said, "That's not my money." So he's plausible deniability as to the $42,000 given to GoFundMe from liar.com, by the way.
Yeah. DCG44 says never trust GoFundMe, so...
No. Give Send Go, the Christian site, Give Send Go, stepped up and said they would take it over. They got DDoS like crazy. Their website wasn't working over the weekend. And then Rumble, the people who helped run Rumble stepped in and helped GiveSendGo get their services back online. And I think they've already raised like $2.5 million through GiveSendGo to go to the truckers. So they're well on their way back to the 10 million they were at.
Yeah, Asper Warrior says GFM has been forced to return the money. At least they were going to steal the funds and send them elsewhere.
They were going to steal the funds and then give them to a charity of their choosing. And then they realized that's a really bad idea. Yeah, that's a bad idea. That opens them up to all sorts of litigation because all sorts of litigation.
That's just straight up theft.
Exactly what you think. Yes. You pretty much, it didn't go to where it was supposed to go.
That's completely contrary to what they're doing. And what is the crime that the truckers have committed against GoFundMe? Please, someone enlighten me on that. Yeah.
So what GoFundMe says is they've gotten reports that it has turned violent and racist, and they can't support that. That goes against their TOS. Even though 2 years ago or a year and a half ago, they promoted a farmer on their own Twitter feed. They promoted a farmer who was growing dirt in the Chaz. He was raising dirt in that area, and they promoted that, which that literally was an occupation.
Yeah. So here's some footage last night. I was sending this to you guys last night. There was a guy feeding out footage live. I'm not going to stay here too long, obviously. But he was at this thing. His footage was awesome, man. This guy had some really clear footage of what was going on down there. I'm just gonna skip through it, but so I forgot who sent this to me. I think it was
Justin Trudeau fleeing like a coward is funny to me.
Where's he going? Why is he going? What's he leaving for?
I guess he thought they were under siege and they were gonna come get him. So I don't know where he went, but he left.
Cuba.
No.
Yeah,
Justin has security just like any other dictator. Why has he got to flee?
Exactly. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm scared, Mommy. I'm scared. I'm leaving home. You know, it's like fuck that. They're not coming to kill him. They're not going to do anything.
No, nobody's coming to bother
They might get in his face and yell at him.
They're there to honk, which he absolutely deserves, if not more.
Yeah. Everyone knows this is nonsense. What's going on? And
he should go. Actually, if he was a real man, he'd go meet with him.
Yeah, why not?
He won't. That's the funny thing is he's refusing to. He says he will not denigrate himself to meet with some truckers.
What was I hearing that
he would go march?
Have anybody called him terrorist yet? Has that word been used yet?
I'm sure
they word.
Oh, for the truckers? Oh, absolutely. Everybody's they're terrorists. Terrorists.
Night Train says
not knowing that word has meaning.
Night Train says I heard the police switchboard is completely swamped with people calling in asking where's Trudeau and reporting him missing.
Is that true? That's hilarious. If so.
Yeah.
I'm
Lola,
sorry.
Are you doing something? Lola, are you moving the van?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're just cold.
It's an earthquake.
Lola's cold. She turned.
Somebody's stealing it out from under him.
Yeah. So I heard Trudeau was complaining about like the truckers having bouncy houses or something out there. Did you hear that?
That's what he was. Yeah, he was like, these people are having. This is a carnival atmosphere out here. This is wrong. It's like because somebody brought out bounce houses. They had some grills going to feed everybody, and he was like, "This is absolutely inconceivable that they're having a good time out here." As if you're supposed to suffer for your cause, you know. You can't have a grill out there cooking some burgers for people while they're
I know what they should do. Make sure Trudeau doesn't get any fresh veggies for a while.
I agree. And you know what's funny is all of their fresh fruit and veg comes from the United States, or at least a good portion.
Comes from here.
They don't grow that. Canada doesn't grow that. Well, that's interesting.
Speaking
of
frozen,
it's frozen.
Fresh fruit and veg. This kind of segued into this in my brain. Did you guys see? First off, the guy's a nutcase. What's the actor's name that was Hellboy? Ron Perlman.
Ron Perlman. Yeah.
Did you see? Have you looked at his Twitter in the last 2 years?
No. For what?
No.
That guy is effing nuts. He wears cellophane pants. You can clearly see his nuts. he posted the other day that it's just time for a country to divorce. We just need to separate out. He's like, I don't want to live in your red state. You don't want to live in my blue state. Why don't we just go our own way? As if it's just that simple. People were trashing him.
He could always leave. Easy way.
He's got the money. Yeah. What was that, Walt?
Yeah. You know how you fix old Mr. Perlman? Perlman, stop giving him money at the movie theater.
I know.
That's how you fix old.
I don't think he's in movies really all like that anymore. He might be on TV.
It was funny. People were like, people on the Twitter thread were like, okay, how about this as well? I don't want you eating my red fruit. So my red fruit and vegetables. So you will have to grow your own food from now on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was in New Orleans over at the events over the weekend, and they're having a crime problem in New Orleans. Imagine that.
New Orleans. New Orleans in Louisiana has a crime problem. Forsooth.
The only time they didn't have a crime problem. After Katrina.
Never?
Oh,
yeah.
After Katrina.
I mean, there was no laws.
It was a peaceful city.
There was nothing,
It was a little bit lawless. So basically, you can't be breaking the laws when there are no laws.
Well, the problem in these towns like that city is there's no punishment for any crime. Mm-hmm. So there was this spree of breaking windows in cars and people getting their stuff stolen out of their cars. So the news people down there talking to two people, a black guy and a white guy, they were both agitated the fact that their cars got broken into and they can't believe their city is like this. The typical stuff,
right?
Crying about it. Then the black guy was mad.
You voted.
He was mad. You could tell he was a little. The police don't hardly show up at these things anymore either. They just ignore it. So at the very end, the white guy says, "We need to pay these people so they don't do this."
Who? The criminals?
We need to pay these people.
Yes,
protection money.
That is a illegitimate, but there are people making that point that, we should just pay them not to murder each other. It's like, are you fucking stupid? Or what?
You want to just pay people? Who's the money going to?
The murderers that are going to murder each other.
Punching that dumbass. I mean,
listen, you want to give me $1,000 a month not to murder people? That sounds good. I'll take it.
I got news for you. Most of these people are on the government cheese anyways right now. And
yes, they are.
So what difference is it going to make?
Well, that's already isn't that what all this stuff is? Isn't that what welfare is? Paying people not to murder anyone?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
paying people not to work.
But I mean, basically, that's what it is, right? I mean,
it was idiotic. It was just. I mean,
we're already doing that, and it's not stopping anything. Yeah, so
it makes it worse because you have more time on your hands than you should.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh dear. Anyway, so that was some of the let's just say this. I was chatting with my brother-in-law, and I've been going to New Orleans since I've already met my wife, and that's like 30 plus years now. There were some summers in New Orleans when it got hot. They were killing 5 or 6 of them each night. And that was, and I'll be frank with you, that was black on black in the hood, drug dealers shooting other drug dealers and everything else.
That's a lot of killing.
But now the thing is, now they've branched out, and now there's carjacking the white folk, and they're going into places like Costco parking lot. There was a carjacking in Costco parking lot, and this woman she tried to resist and got drugged by the car and all this stuff. Crazy stuff.
Road rash.
Yeah, she got all busted up. But it's gotten worse because the police are doing less, because the judges are doing less, and the prosecutors are doing less, and the whole COVID thing didn't help either because they didn't want to put them in jail because of COVID. It's like,
yeah. No, they put him right back on the street.
They should have put him in jail, let him get the COVID and die. That'd take care of the whole situation.
Now, this was in all of Louisiana or just the New Orleans?
That's New Orleans. That's New Orleans.
Okay. I mean, that this is a place that shouldn't exist on the map, right? I mean,
yeah. New Orleans?
I mean, yeah. Let's be
New Orleans
honest
underground.
about that.
Well, yeah, 8 feet. I mean, around with my.
Basically, the fact that it's still there is welfare. It's the same thing we're talking about. You're in the absolute worst place to be in.
I have to admit, I would like to go eat some beignets and do a ghost tour and see some voodoo before it gets swept away by the next hurricane. That would be very nice.
You don't have to go to New Orleans for some voodoo.
Voodoo and beignets and ghost tours all in one place?
You can go down to Little Haiti down in Miami if you want some voodoo.
You don't even have to go that far. There's voodoo right here.
That's some voodoo with the chicken heads? No, I don't know if I want that.
You don't want that kind of voodoo, huh?
I want the whitewashed voodoo where it's all kind of cute, not the real stuff where they actually like
voodoo.
Yeah, he wants that sexy voodoo.
Yes, the movie voodoo.
Yeah, you do that voodoo that you do so well.
Yeah, exactly.
Patrick don't want the real thing.
I don't know that I want to be cutting heads off chickens and
you've obviously never seen that.
Making ngangas.
Yeah. I had enough of that when we lived in Nigeria, man. There's some serious voodoo. That's the motherland of voodoo.
That's some bad juju, Buana. Bad juju.
Exactly. That's the best time for that saying.
Yeah, I saw all that craziness there. But no, New Orleans is fun. I like New Orleans. I'm not trying to knock it. And by the way, I noticed everyone so if you go to New Orleans, like I thought Florida, the chicks did the most to be the cutest. And we went to New Orleans
You think New Orleans girls are?
We went to New Orleans and Walter, there was when your daughter was getting married.
Yeah.
You guys had a dinner. Everyone that showed up everywhere, like the women are always dressed to the T's, super makeup, eyelashes going like this.
That sounds like Miami.
Yeah, it was. Everyone gets dressed up there.
Now,
all the time.
are you talking about the sisters or everybody?
Everybody. Definitely the black people, but everybody.
Those girls like to wear that, show their ass off. That's for sure. Wear those little the spandex shorts, pants, and everything. It's like, oh dear, man.
Yeah. What I've noticed, I know you guys want to show some guns, and we still have some news to talk about here.
No, we can talk about news.
But what I've noticed, the mask situation has made the eyelashes get real ridiculous.
Because there's no face.
Am I the only person that's noticed that? Like everyone looks like they're in drag now. All the ladies out there look like they're in drag now because of the mask situation. So now all the focus is going on your eyelashes now. No one noticed that except me, huh? Am I the only person?
I have seen some of that, and that goes across the board. That's black, white, Hispanic, whatever. Some of these girls just don't know when to stop.
Yeah, everybody's the eyelash game is crazy now.
Well, they can put that eyelash dead, When you drop that mask down, you go, oh dear, put it back up.
Patrick is acting like he has not noticed what I'm saying.
No, I'm looking for there's a really funny TikTok that I'm looking to try to find. I can't find it quickly enough to get it to you. But I can't even explain. I would have to send it to you about eyelashes, but.
Oh, there is?
Yeah,
okay,
if
you find it anytime during the show, send it to me. Brian Quick says fake eyelashes are ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I'm not about it.
Yeah, I think it's ugh.
It's all. Where's the other place in the world that this fake eyelash thing has happened in the Middle East, where women are wearing hijabs and stuff like that. They're
getting fake eyelash. I don't know about that.
Yeah, if you look at it, you'll see it. It's like super fake eyelashes. Always been going on with the ladies over there because you can't show anything.
Literally, the only thing you can show off.
Yeah, this is human nature. As soon as they force us to wear a hijab here, except in America, it's everyone. Everybody had to, dudes and dudettes alike had to do those things.
Well, the city of New Orleans is still playing the mask game officially.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
they're still scared of their shadow. But what's crossover?
Yeah, we got 8 seconds.
Cut off.
Yeah, we're gonna take a break. We'll be right back.
Tell me when we get back. Tell me about their local government. Are they just super cucked?
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Barnaul Ammo. Barnaul has a wide range of reliable, quality steel case ammo for small game, large game, target shooting, and self-defense. They've got the classics like 7.62 and 5.45, as well as 9mm all the way up to 308. Subsonic as well. So when you're in the market, please consider Barnaul Ammo. All right, big shout out to Barnauls right there for the ammo.
So their local government is retarded. Cray. Excuse me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, remember, Hank says we're all on the spectrum a little bit, so we can use it.
Yeah. Some of us more than others.
A little more than others. I'm a little bit retarded, Joe.
It's a typical. I mean, New Orleans City is one of those. They're all leftists. and they all follow the party line.
Why
they do whatever.
Why does it seem like bigger cities are always run by leftists and they're always effing shitholes? Why does it always work out that way?
Imagine that.
Because something about a big city, in my opinion, makes them want to rely on Big Brother to do everything for them, and that's the trap.
Yeah, I guess the people that want to live in a big city want that. Maybe.
Yeah. They want to be typical. These leftists all want to be kinder and gentler.
Yeah. How many super liberal, like remote rural country towns do you have? Tell me.
That's exactly.
How many of those?
Yeah.
There'll be a ghost town.
Yeah, basically.
The people out in the country, they don't.
There's no time for that.
Yeah, they ain't got no time for that silliness. Touchy-feely shit.
No.
It's like, Anyway, so New Orleans. I mean, New Orleans is. You just gotta, when you're in New Orleans, you gotta watch where you're at and watch your and don't wander off in places where it's bad.
Is it really that bad? Man,
what's that?
I said, is it really that bad where you have to watch where you're walking?
Well, when you're
don't go
in the
too
quarter,
far off Bourbon Street, or
if you start wandering too far off the main path, you better watch who's walking around you.
I mean, I gotta say, the last time I was in Miami, which has been years, we ate on South Beach, and one street over from South Beach was a disgusting shithole. And literally,
that's always been.
Yeah, literally we were taking an alleyway between South Beach and I think it's Palm or whatever.
You don't go down the alleys in South Beach, dude.
It wasn't like a dirt alley. It was between. It was
the alleys are no-no zones.
Dude in the trench coat offered us cocaine. Dude in the trench coat was like, "You want some coke? Try it before you buy it." And I was like,
for the last 30 years in Miami, alleys are no-no zones. You do not go down the alley. You will see things that you cannot unsee if you go down any alley. It was main streets.
Miami is a disaster.
I mean, I don't know if it's still in New Orleans, but the projects used to border New Orleans. The Louis, I think it was Louis Armstrong or something. The project. I don't know if those are still open after Katrina. I don't know, but
was that not in the city?
What's that?
Was it the projects themselves weren't in city limits? They were on the outskirts of the city limits?
No, that's in the city, but it bordered the quarter. But there's just bad areas. The quarter. Yeah.
Oh, God.
And there's just bad areas in the quarter. Besides, as you get further away from the tourist streets, then it gets
Another one I'll say, Key West. If you go to Key West, it's kind of the same thing. You get off of the main chutes in Key West, and sometimes it gets a little sketchy.
Mm-hmm. So let's go. We're in the Gorn section, but let's go to the other news thing. So Joe Rogan.
Let's just keep going. This is entertaining.
Joe Rogan situation.
Did you watch the video I sent you?
I didn't get a chance. I was driving when you were sending that to me.
Oh my!
What? So you tell us, Patrick. You're a legal guy. What's going on?
So the legal analyst here. There's an excellent video that came out by The Quartering today. If anybody wants to go watch it,
I watched the beginning of it.
Dave Portnoy met with. So a couple people on Twitter ended up digging into who is really behind getting Joe Rogan deplatformed, and turns out there's some. When you start digging into it, you come across the same names over and over again, same groups of people over and over. And Portnoy, actually, from Barstool Sports, met with them today in a live stream. He did a live stream with them for about 45 minutes. And they are some weaselly fucks, turns out. The guys that are trying to cancel him are exactly what you would expect.
And there's definitely a concentrated effort because the story should still be walking.
It's a concerted effort. It's not just a he did something bad that we don't like. Because when you compare it to there was some other stuff that came out today from Howard Stern, one of his pay-per-view things he did back in the 90s. I thought it was going to be funny because I like dark humor. I like racial humor. Stuff like that doesn't bother me mostly. But I watched it and I was like, man, that's kind of tasteless like that.
But so here's the thing. I'm not trying to defend Howard Stern, but if Howard Stern did that in the 90s and people didn't get crazy and up in arms about it,
they shouldn't get up in arms.
Yeah, we can't get in the time machine and now
correct.
say, yeah.
I agree
with you.
Howard Stern?
No, now, but they're going after Joe Rogan for things he said back in like 2011, like 11 years ago.
Oh, well, who cares?
Exactly. See, that's the point.
If people didn't get crazy, and what was it even that he said? But if people didn't get crazy about it then, they shouldn't get crazy now. I mean,
I'll send you the link to it because it was surprisingly. I normally think things like that are funny, and even I was like, that's a little much. For me.
Yeah, but this stuff is selective. Funny. The governor of Virginia
no,
literally did blackface and all that in the past, and no one's holding that. There's the ex. Oh well, he's the ex-governor, right? But
ex-governor and the premier of Canada, same thing.
Yeah, and at the same time, people went and stood next to him and all that when he celebrated Juneteenth or whatever. So obviously, people are over that. Get over shit from the past.
Fucking holiday. Sorry, if you're not from Texas, what a dumb fucking holiday.
Yeah, it's.
I'm not. It doesn't matter to me. But I'm just saying, like, how did they? If someone stood next to him, if a black person stood next to him and celebrated Juneteenth,
because it has nothing
that has to do with slavery, and they didn't care that he was in blackface. Why are we going back to
It has nothing to do with actually caring about that sort of stuff, and all to do about politics. 100%.
He is not toting the party line.
It's absolutely, yeah. The other thing is,
how dare you not act like us?
Rogan is a liability to the left because he's even to mainstream media. He's a liability because they can't control him. They have no power over him.
No one is looking at CNN or MSNBC or Fox News for that matter. No one gives a crap about those people. If you look at the numbers,
if you look at the monthly or even like daily listener numbers for Joe Rogan compared to even Fox News, who is the biggest player in the mainstream media game, he's 10, 12x their size in viewership.
Yeah, but he is not news. He's not a journalist.
He's not news. No, he's not.
He's a comedian with a podcast, like what we're doing. We're just talking shit right now. We're not experts on anything.
They are terrified of him. The mainstream news is terrified of him because mainstream media thinks they have the power over people. They think they're the ones that should be telling you what to think and what not to think. And when some big player like that comes along and they lose power to him, that's scary to them.
No, let's go back in time a little bit. His name was Rush Limbaugh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they hated him. People
were they able to cancel Rush Limbaugh?
Never were, surprisingly.
I don't know why they could. You know why? They tried starting their own talk shows. They tried all this stuff.
But it never worked. It never worked.
Talk shows, because there was no money, no sponsors, no money.
Yeah, that's the amazing thing to me is talk radio is a conservative only thing. I'm not sure why.
So Patrick, back in the 80s, they were trying to, I forget what it's called. There's like an equal time clause. And they're supposed to, and it used to be back in the old days, they enforced that. So if you had a conservative show, you had to have some leftist nut on there.
Oh, okay.
And they did away with that whole thing. And yeah, the leftist stuff doesn't succeed because nobody wants to advertise on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like the thing that Joe Rogan did is said the N-word somewhere in...
Who cares?
I guess he was quoting someone or whatever.
It's a word.
It's a word. It's a word in the
dictionary.
It's a word.
Who cares?
Yeah, here's the thing to me. Unless he said it angrily at someone...
Calling somebody that. Yes.
I'm not gonna, I'm not going after
unless
someone.
He's going, you blankety blank.
Yeah.
I don't care.
And that only, in my personal opinion,
Well, guess what? Don't watch Joe Rogan.
Yeah, but the thing is that
problem.
Yeah.
The problem is he can say whatever they want. People still watch him. They still follow him.
The problem is they wish they had the power to say just don't watch it and he'll go away, but they can't. They can't do that because he's not going away. He's not leaving. People love what they hear. It's just like you remember when Trump was running and he said they couldn't stop talking about Trump. They couldn't understand how people liked him. It's because same thing.
So you know what's funny to me? You're speaking about Trump. You know what's funny to me? I'm very and I don't know the truth of this, right? Because I'm not omniscient. But do you remember that Trump was supposed to have said the N-word, but that never came out? How is that possible in this day and age? Yeah.
He peed all over women. That never came out. He watched the... I will remind everybody, every opportunity... that
come on, everyone's done a little bit of that.
There was a concerted belief that he watched and requested something called the Gorilla Channel. Every chance I get to talk about the Gorilla Channel, I will remind people that somebody wrote a book saying that Donald Trump asked why the gorillas on the TV weren't fighting, and he wanted them to fight more. So they made the Gorilla Channel for him. I am not kidding.
And as crazier the stories got, the more press he got, and the more time he got, and his name you get in front of people every second of the day.
They just don't understand to just leave it alone.
I think that the fact that here's my thing: the fact that these rules don't work against certain people, and then it only works for it only works if you want to cancel someone that you consider to be on the right or conservative, which Joe Rogan is not. Joe Rogan's not even on the right.
It doesn't matter about right. It doesn't matter about right if you're just not toting the party line.
Yeah, he's not toting their line, so they want to cancel him.
I have another issue with language only being allowed by certain people. I completely 100% disagree with that. 100%. I won't do it here, but if I want to use any certain sort of language, I have no problem doing it. Because language is not owned by somebody.
In New Orleans, my brother-in-law is a fireman. He's like a chief. And the brothers in the firehouse that call each other the N-word. And he says, look, if I can't call you that, you ain't talking that stuff to the other ones here. Bottom line.
Yeah.
And that's it. And none of that jungle talk or eubonics and all this bullshit. I mean, my sister my daughter works at UPS, and they have a lot of black folk loading the trucks, loading trucks. And she says, you can't understand half of what they're saying. It's like, but you can't pull everybody aside and say, look, hey guys.
Listen, I understand. Let's bear in mind that it's New Orleans.
Here,
Yeah, you can't understand. And that happens with a lot of people. If you
can't understand anybody, Norm.
Yeah, if you could come to the country around where I live and you can't understand what people. Lola's always saying to me. Yeah, but what I'm saying to you is Lola's always telling me she could just hear someone who's white here in the country talking, and she's like, "What the hell did that guy just say?" I mean, ultimately, this is the funny thing about language. I do agree that if you are at work and you're carrying on in a certain way, ultimately you can't have little clouds where these people could carry on and say whatever they want to say, but these people cannot say anything. When you go into McDonald's and all the Spanish folks are all jabbering and you can't understand what the fuck they're saying. Yeah. But you can't see what I said. You can't pull those people aside as a boss and say, "Hey, cut that shit out." Oh my God.
I see. I'm not for stopping language, but I'm also. My point is, language has no ownership. Nobody can take ownership of language.
No. Once you say
in that respect, no.
So listen,
you can't own words.
I knew someone who was a rapper and had a platinum plaque on his wall, and was very popular in Germany. I remember him telling me.
I know, he told that story.
Yeah, he has a song that was #1 song in Germany, and of course there was a lot of N-words in there because it's rap music, right? And I've got no issue with that at all. But he went to Germany, and so he would hear white guys here in America, reciting his own rhymes and get mad about it, but not really like to that level. He went to Germany. How can you
get mad?
Listen to me. He's telling me how he went to Germany and hearing a German white guy talking like that, he just couldn't handle it. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
If you listen,
you're creating it. They are mimicking.
I was going to say,
and parroting your music. Yeah.
If you don't want that out in the world, don't put it out in the world.
Right. If it is so wicked, if it is so nasty, if it's
then don't put it out there.
Then don't spout it out your effing mouth. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So,
No,
but
I don't care if it's rapping or whatever.
But the problem with that is, at the end of the day, everyone has the right to talk however they want to talk. It's
Absolutely.
language.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
Well,
That's the flip side of this. Not everyone doesn't have the right to talk the way that
yes, that's the argument. Yes, people don't.
Let's watch how fast things would go away here if I started using bad words.
Right.
That'd be real quick.
Boom. See ya. We'd be black. The screen would be black, not us.
Well, we're on YouTube.
No, thanks already.
The screen will be black right now. No. Not really.
Now we're on Utreon, so maybe I go for a couple of days.
You can't own. I'm sorry, but you can't own language. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, well, it's a form of expression. It's an art. So the only thing I would be concerned about with Joe Rogan, and I don't know if I would really care that much, but the only thing I would be concerned about is if in some situation he got mad at someone and started carrying on like that. And there's nothing I've ever seen of Joe Rogan that leads me to believe he's that kind of person. So,
once again,
well, a lot of people listen, I'll tell you this. Here's a good example. As a dude, this is a universal thing, regardless of race or whatever. If you're a guy, the minute that you must have seen it. You're arguing with your girlfriend or something like that. The minute you guys get into an argument, your girlfriend goes for whatever she knows is the button that she could push on you, right?
Yeah. I've had that before.
Yeah, and in a lot of cases, I've said this many times, I don't care about this stuff. But in many cases, there's women who would go, "Oh, that's why you're," start calling you like a gay expletive, right? And because that's the number one thing
that's a bad woman.
That's the number one thing that she thinks is going to push your buttons.
For anybody that's listening, I'm just going to throw this out there. For anybody that's listening, if you're in a relationship like that, that is a terrible woman. You need to find you a new woman, okay? You should never be treated like that. Don't you stick with that woman.
You're dealing with someone that's cray-cray.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but this is when, or anything, or whatever it is, right? Whatever it is to hurt you. When someone does something because they're trying to hurt you,
if somebody deliberately does that to try to hurt you, you don't get rid of them. Get rid of them.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
but I don't know. So anyway, listen. Here's what I think about this whole thing with Joe Rogan. Ultimately, here to me, what I think needs to happen is people have to separate themselves from all these places that are trying to follow stupid ass rules. I know that somewhere along the line here, Spotify deleted recently about 100, right? Of Joe Rogan's episodes.
The CEO came out and said that Rogan did it himself. He self-censored, but not because it had anything in them in particular. He just removed 73 or 74 things. I don't exactly know why. I haven't looked into.
So they said that he did it. He did it.
He did it. They did not do it to him. Yes.
So
which is odd.
Yeah. What are we up to here? That's the thing.
113, I think, was the number.
Yeah. But this is the thing that really bothers me here, because I think at the end of the day, everyone should be who they are. If we don't like it, we make a choice to not deal with them.
Don't watch it.
Yeah, but why are we taking things away? Why are we taking conversation
away? Why are we
away?
taking down statues?
Yeah, we're gonna
answered. My question's answered. Boom.
Yeah, I don't believe in taking down statues. Leave the statues.
It's the same people. It's the same fucking people.
If you take down statues and put up statues of anyone else, I could find something from that person to make you go, "Oh, they don't commit a terrible crime."
The people who do this have no end in sight.
Mm-hmm.
I got a minute to make my case.
Okay, go.
The people who do this sort of censorship have no end in sight. It doesn't matter how far. Never capitulate to these type of people, because it doesn't matter how far you go. There is no.
They want
end.
more.
They will take more. They will take
more. Same people who want guns. Same people want guns.
That's why.
Never make a deal with them. There's no deal making.
Do you know
there's
with the devil?
Do you guys know there's stuff that Joe Rogan has said that I didn't like?
I'm sure there is. I'm sure there's things he said that I don't like.
And I think we've talked about it even here on the show, if someone goes back in the time machine. But I don't think that means Joe Rogan or anyone else out there should be canceled by everyone.
Joe Rogan's
we should just choose
I'm just going to say it now. Joe Rogan is a hunting FUD. He's not a gun guy. He's a hunter. So he thinks that guns are what you use to kill a deer with. That, to me, that's how I see Joe Rogan.
I can do that with this. What are you talking about?
Exactly. But no, he's a FUD.
We'll be right back. We're coming right back. With Arms List, you can shop the extensive list of local and nationwide firearms classified, now with more confidence because of their built-in firewall. For only $6.99 a month for personal use, or $30 a month for business vendors, so when you're in the market, please consider Arms List. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Arms List.
Well, oh, we're not back yet.
No,
Now,
you're back.
I will give him credit that he does, I think, see weapons as tools.
I think he's
in a
evolving.
sense.
I think he's evolving. I think the whole COVID thing and the riots even evolved Joe Rogan off of what he's felt in the past.
I wonder what this is going to do.
Yeah, I think, look, if you take away, there's lots of people that I don't agree with, but I don't think that means they should have no voice. They should have a voice. People can choose to walk away, go somewhere else. They should be able to say what they want to say.
The best thing possible is for them to have a voice, because then you can listen to them and go, "Ooh, I don't agree with that. No, I don't like that at all."
Night Train says Joe Rogan praised Barack Obama and said he would vote for Michelle Obama for president, and he has the right to say that.
He is Craig Perry then.
He's not a conservative. He's not, like I said, I think he's center left.
Yeah.
But he also falls for the, mainstream bullshit that's out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that Joe Rogan does. Joe, if you go on, look, it would be awesome to go on Joe Rogan's podcast, right?
Oh, it'd be so much fun. I would love to sit and talk to him for a while.
I've seen very few gun guys on there. I've only seen Uncle, what's his face? What's the name of, oh my God, the rock and roll dude.
I know Coley Noir was on there.
Yeah, Noir has been on there. Uncle Ted's been on there.
Ted Nugent's on there, and Ted Nugent had a fun time.
What's the other? He's had a couple of gun guys on there. So
yeah, you can chat with people that don't agree with you 100% on stuff like that.
Yeah,
I'm going to go out on a limb. You can be friends with people who you don't agree with politically.
Yeah. I mean,
it's
I know.
Fine.
Just as long as it doesn't get uncivil.
Yeah.
Or they
yes, exactly. We've gotten to a point now where you cannot be friends with somebody if they disagree with you politically. That's what it's becoming. Yeah. Well, that's what it's already become.
Well, I could tell you something that Joe Rogan, I don't know if he still does this or not. I think he does. But like I said, if someone comes on his podcast, he's always trying to get them drunk or high or whatever. And
that's his.
That's his thing. I have no problem with it. You just have to know to say no. That's it.
Well, when you get a little bit in your system, you tend to say things you might not say normally.
Yeah, you loosen up a little bit. And I can see if you bring in people who are uptight, you want to loosen them up so they'll talk about it. Because you're there. He's making his money, or he's doing a show about people talking about stuff. So obviously you want somebody to flow. You don't want them to be... Because, I mean, Hank, you've had people on this show that it's like pulling damn teeth out to get them to talk about themselves. Mm-hmm. And it's not good for anyone.
Little text me, Walt, can you get on?
Yeah, it's not good for anybody. Nobody likes that.
That's one of that's my pet peeve. If you come on this show and then you say you don't want to talk about personal stuff, guess what? I don't know why you're coming on a podcast.
There's a reason why people like Monday nights. It's because we get into all sorts of shit.
I'm not saying that you could have things. You could have things that you go, you know what? This is like, I really don't want to get into this right now because it's kind of a sore thing or whatever.
Things,
yeah, but if you, I don't know what, like, if you just want to come on here and only talk about guns or whatever, then it's not personal.
We're all trying to show about everything.
Well, you better. If you're only going to talk about guns, you better have some good effing guns.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We're not going to talk about Remington model 1100s and 30-30 Winchesters and shit like that. You better have some good guns, or you just better get the hell out of there.
I think ultimately, though, here's something I'm saying that people might think is a little crazy. So with all of this that I say that I'm for Joe Rogan and all of that, sometimes I do really wish that they would run into the wall that these guys want to put up. And here's the reason why. Because we're not fucking doing anything to change this. We're not actually taking real action. We're leaving everything up to these people who could be swayed by if you get enough people to get mad and start going rah, 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 then they take you down, or you have to. I don't think
this is going to be rude, maybe to him. Mm-hmm. I don't know Joe personally, Mr. Rogan, I guess, since I don't know him personally. I don't think it'd be a bad thing if Spotify got rid of him. I think it would be a good thing overall because he would find a new platform
And that
probably
platform
not
will
on
just
YouTube.
grow like crazy.
Yeah.
And it will be a freer platform that will grow like crazy. Absolutely.
Yeah, I was actually hanging out with Patrick today, and I told him this. Sometimes I wish that YouTube and all these other platforms would
just
really
burn it down.
Yeah, go ahead, burn it down. Instead of just taking out one, instead of just taking out Alex Jones over here and taking out this, take us all out so we can actually get together and pull up our sleeves and do something about this.
Think about how far we've come. Think about this. Alex Jones used to be on YouTube, and it was totally fine. Nobody had a problem with it because everybody thought, he's just kind of a crazy dude.
Yeah.
And they were making money.
Could you imagine today? There's no way they would put him back on there. No way.
And you know what's funny? The other day, I think Patrick sent out this link in our interpersonal chat that we have.
Oh God, what was it? I don't know what I said.
The one with do you remember you sent out the thing where someone from the State Department was saying that Russia is going to have crisis actors?
What?
And have we not talked about that yet?
No, we did it. They said that Russia was going to have crisis actors and fake attack.
So that they said the State Department spokesman basically was like, we know that Russia. We have gotten evidence that Russia is going to. They are currently filming a fake invasion video to make it look like there was an attack on them, which gives them reason to attack. In the
Walter is
the journalist who was there.
Walter is like, what?
Yes, the journalist.
Walter was
and
in the chat.
He made a point. He made a point of saying they have crisis actors who are pretending like they're dying. They have video and we have been sent all this evidence.
And you know what the reporter said?
The reporter goes, "Okay, where's the evidence? We need to see this evidence." And he's like, and the guy basically was like, "No.
We said
we're
it.
Not giving you that. We're not giving you that. We are telling you that this is happening, so it's happening." And he's like, "That's not how this works."
Yeah, and the reporter is like, "No, but where's the evidence? Do you have this video? Do you have something?"
Yeah.
And the guy was like, "No, we said it." So then the reporter says this: "You're talking crisis actors and false flag operations? You're in some freaking Alex Jones territory."
Mm-hmm.
And I cracked up right there. This is the reporter. There's a reporter challenging this guy, like, what the hell are you... why are you telling us that the Russians are going to do this and you don't have any... all right. I'm not sure if we're feeding back out to you folks or not. Let us know. We should be. It's me and Babyface here. Looks like our internet completely died here. And
we were going on a rant.
We were in the heat of the moment, and then...
I know, and it died.
Lost everything, yeah. So... I mean, it was a little bit more than an hour for anyone. Let us know. Everyone out there is probably going to have to go over to a whole different thing in order to do this. So, in order to watch this thing. So we're going to, let's see if I could find it here. Let's see if there's people coming back. Yeah. So whatever, we're calling it part 2. Let's see if there's anyone out there. Let us know that you're out there. I see Brian Quick is out there.
Well, you got offended by my.
We're trying to pull it back. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what's going on. Like, this used to be a good spot where I drove to get great internet. It's not a good spot anymore, obviously. Something's going on with it, and I'm not sure. Armin and Axis is back there also. So shout out to Armin and Axis. We got to get Walter back on. Let's tell Walter. I'll tell Walter we're back on air. Dial in. So once we'll get Walter back here in a second. Where were we? We were man. It was going.
I can't even remember at this point.
It was going so well.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Let's put Walter on here. And I'll assign a thing to Babyface. So you should be seeing... There goes Babyface. Look, he's all super clear. Walter is all super clear. Wow. And I'm here. Where the hell were we?
I don't even know what we were talking about. Somebody's going to have to refresh us.
Yeah, we were talking about the whole Joe Rogan thing and everything has to get... Yeah.
But we completely skipped the whole Gorn section talking about this Joe Rogan dude, man.
Yeah. Okay, so we take that as a sign from the voodoo priestesses that Babyface called the name of the voodoo priestess. He wanted to see some voodoo. He got voodoo.
So what does Walter have to show off?
Yeah, Walter. Okay, go for it. Go for it.
Back a few years back, when Century Arms was selling all the Yugoslavian pistols, this is the M85 PV, PAP M85 PV, which is in 223, 5.56. And why is this doing this? Oh,
no, you're there. You're there. You're still there.
You're fine.
Yeah, okay. So I bought that was at the SHOT Show one year. I ordered this one, and then I ordered the 7.62 39 version.
No.
These are really cool, I think, because they work. They're just like a Serbian crink. You know, they got the hinged top cover and everything.
Oh, that's a cool. Yeah, that's a cool thing. Yeah.
So if somebody wanted to, they could throw a folding stock on there with a different trunnion. These trunnions are not stock for a crink. I don't, and I think the Yugoslavians or the Serbs made a crink style gun also, but you'd have to. And somebody probably now makes a proper trunnion to replace these ones here, but
I bet you could.
Yeah.
Those look good. I can't remember if you've shown these before.
I don't think I've seen them before.
Oh, I think you did. Your ears will remember these, I think.
Oh, they were loud? We shot them?
That during when you had the Hell Pup out at the same time?
I think I brought these guns out when we had the AK pistol shoot off.
So we did a video.
Those things were awful.
Did we do a video of this?
Yeah, they were awful. The Hell Pup was the worst. It made your teeth rattle.
Yeah, the Hell Pup was terrible. Which Walter has it now. I don't know if he made it a machine gun yet or what.
No, I haven't done. Let me reach down here into the Stargate and see what I can find.
More guns? More guns coming up?
No. Oh, of course. What do you think? Come on. They don't follow my foot.
So while Walter is getting ready, I have something very cool to share with the class. I'll just put it up here.
Yeah, but tell the class what you had to.
Look at that! What is
how many Walter bucks did that cost you?
1,000.
10.
That's 10 Walter bucks. 10 Walter bucks
10
right
Walter
there.
bucks.
Let's see if we can get this to focus again. So
I don't know that it's
Gen 1 Glock. Go ahead.
It's a little expensive because it didn't come with the cool stuff. I would want the box and all the the Tupperware.
Right. It didn't have the box and papers with it, but it is a legitimate Gen 1.
I think that's pretty neat.
Yeah. So
and for for 10 Walter bucks, it's not a bad price.
Yes.
I've seen them go for more.
So if you guys want to hear the story, well, I'll let go ahead, Walt. You can definitely show off your guns.
This is actually a real Hell Pup, by the way. This is a Polish-made pistol. It's actually branded the Hell Pup. I think you're talking about the IO gun that I got from you.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
And that is that's the POS Hell Pup.
Yeah. Now that IO, by the way, for all the hell that IO gets, it actually worked.
Oh, it. Okay.
Well, no. There was something wrong with it, but it still worked.
Really shitty AKs can still work fine.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean they're good.
While you talk, I'm going to go down and I'm going to go through the Stargate for just a second.
Yeah. So here's the thing I wanted to say. I wanted to shout out. So by the way, let me just tell the story of this. So my friend Bubba Roadkill, that people have probably heard me talk about since I've been doing the gun thing. Bubba Roadkill is my friend who's always helping me out, either lending me his guns and stuff like that. He goes to a place called Jerry's Pawn in Ocala. And that's where he came across this Gen 1 Glock, and he knew that, he remembered that I am, a fan of the Gen 1 Glock, and so he asked them to hold it for me.
Ooh.
And so Lola and I went there, we went to the store, and I'm going to pull up the name of the guys right now, because I can't remember, but this is a picture of me in Jerry's Pawn in Ocala.
Oh, I've been there. I like that place.
Dudes.
They actually have, the only place I've ever found that has reloading equipment. They're a really nice place.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So this is...
I've been there before.
Yeah, this is where I got it, and I'm going to give their names in a second when I look at my notes.
You go over that little overpass, right?
Yeah.
And it's right down? Yep, I know exactly where it's at.
Let's see.
Yeah, I used to like going there.
Yeah, it's a cool... It's an Army Navy store. They have kind of two stores.
They have so one side also is a pawn shop, so they got all sorts of pawn stuff as well. Which is fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So here, I'll throw their names. I'll throw them up here again. This is where I got my Gen 1 at Jerry's Pawn. And it is Ruben and James. Ruben and James.
Ah, cool.
Shout out to Ruben and James over there at Jerry's Pawn. Appreciate those guys helping me out with the Gen 1 Glock.
Supporting the local businessman. Supporting the local businessman.
Yeah. Cool dudes. I promise them I'll give them a shout on the podcast. I don't know if they'll ever look at it or whatever. But there you go. That's a Gen 1 that I got from them.
So
it would have been nice. So I got the gun. I got a magazine. Is there a Gen 1 magazine? Is there?
If you looked at it, it would have a U-shaped notch. No, I'm sorry. A real Gen 1 would have a circular notch.
A circular notch? Oh. Where? Where? In the...
So right here, you see where the... Oh, hold on. I'm not on frame.
Oh, so right there at the... let's see if I can get this.
Right where my finger is, there? You see how that notch is square?
Yeah, oh, so right there.
Circular.
So this is
so that's a real
Gen 1.
Real Gen 1 magazine.
Yes. And I got whatever loader came with it, so...
That's cool. You just gotta find...
the loader has nothing on it. The loader has nothing on it. Is that what happened with the Gen 1 loaders? Nothing?
I think so.
Okay.
No, really, you go on the internet, see if you can find yourself a cheap Tupperware for it, and you're set.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's cool that it came with the magazine. That's nice.
Oh, the Tupperware is probably going to cost $500.
Tupperware is going to cost you $150.
Probably, yeah.
So, yeah. There you go. So that's the story of the Gen 1 Glock. Shout out to everyone who came in. DCG44 says never laid eyes on a Gen 1. And Chris Wright says who does Part 2 work for? Okay, funny. So there you go. Walt is eating pizza, so everyone can see that. Babyface, do you got guns right there you want to show? Oh, Walter's got guns. He's got everything.
Nothing really.
I went into the Stargate, and I found the hell pup that you were talking about.
Oh.
Now, let me tell everybody what this thing was. You know, if there was ever a little baby AK abortion of a pistol, this was the abortion of an AK pistol.
Mm-hmm.
It looks really cool. It probably went bang, but I wouldn't want to make it go bang too long. You know what I'm saying?
You shot it. We've shot it on. We've done videos.
I shot it after I gave it I Waltified it. Yes. Its bolt carrier was scary when I got it.
Oh,
it's scary looking. So I in my treasure trove of parts, I had a Romanian bolt carrier. I made a new gas piston for it because the gas piston was actually out of center. It wasn't in the center of the carrier.
Oh man, we should have made videos on all of this.
Oh yeah, I should have. Added a buffer in the back just to, because it's pretty violent. It's the way it works. Then I had to. What else did I have to do? I'm trying to remember now. It was such an arduous journey. I made a new gas tube for it that fit nice and tight. And then I got the handguard to stay on a little better. And last but not least, I had a nice piece of Picatinny rail back there for, when you want to put a brace on it. When you want to put a brace on it.
Right.
Yeah. And that worked out really well. So in the end, yes, it runs. It is hellaciously loud and obnoxious.
Well, you didn't change the muzzle device, obviously.
No, that's the one that came with it. And that's a really nasty.
Patrick hates that thing.
It's not fun to stand next to at all.
Yeah. Patrick left with a headache that day, I think.
It was awful to stand next to that damn thing.
I think that's one of the few times I've seen Babyface not want to see a gun be fired.
Oh, I was like, no, I'm good. I was like, no, I'm done with this.
He didn't want to get near any of the AK pistols after that. So, yeah. So,
yeah.
And I think, this is actually a surplus recoil spring, too, off of another gun. So, I basically rebuilt the thing. So,
IOs a lot of times need that.
Yeah. What it needs is a suppressor.
I don't think I'd put my suppressor on a short barrel.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to beat mine up that bad.
Yeah.
Maybe if I made one and machined it out of just solid steel, but it'd be pretty hard on a can. So
yeah,
it's a cool.
No, that's cool.
Gun.
Yeah, that's cool. Walter, when we do Free-for-All Monday, Walter always has the best guns and always makes the thumbnail. Have you know, Patrick, I always try to get you in the thumbnail.
I only have the same guns over and over and over. I can, I
don't
get things that often.
Get it. Okay.
Yeah, Walter guaranteeing that he's in, and then later he'll say, "Oh, I noticed that all the episodes with me in it are the best ones
with the highest number."
Yeah.
Oh, with us on Mondays, us.
Oh,
us.
for sure, yeah.
Us. Well, I'm not. It's like I always say, just it's the numbers. Just look at the numbers. That's
right.
All
Yes, they don't lie.
Until you get Joe Rogan on, we're not gonna.
Yeah, Joe Rogan is always invited to come here on the podcast.
Yeah, Joey, are you listening? Come on.
I will give him a piece of my mind about some of the stuff he said in the past about the gun stuff.
We can have a civil conversation.
Yeah, but I can't say we'll tell him off. Lola thinks that's a bad word to say you're going to tell someone off. Yeah.
Oh,
so
have a talk.
Yeah, and in Lola's mind, that's a bad word.
We can agree to disagree. Yeah.
Brian Quick says the Dead Air Wolverine uses stellite baffles. Patrick?
Is that correct? I still don't know that I would want to put it on Walter's album.
Listen, I have a Wolverine I could put on there, Walter.
I don't know about that.
Wait, Walter, what's the term? Like, if a person leaves a suppressor with you, for how long is it before it becomes your suppressor?
Oh, it hasn't been discarded. It's not been left. I still communicate with my SOT on the regular.
Oh, if you've done conjugal visits, it resets
yes,
the
it
clock?
still counts. I gotta keep the conjugal visits up.
Yeah.
Right now at the shop, there's at least 2 pistols that were sent to us for transfers, and the people are missing in action for. One of them's been 3 years.
Wow.
So.
Yeah.
That one is going to.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to pretty much mine. So it's a nice gun too. It's an FN. Yeah.
I think I called dibs on that though, Walt. I remember calling dibs on that at least a year ago. Babyface, what were you gonna say?
I think that's a lot of businesses go through that where people order stuff in and then just never pick it up.
Yeah. Babyface has a Wolverine though, and trust me, he has not forgotten about it.
I have 6 suppressors at your house right now.
The other day he came and saw that thing and he was like, Why is my cat over there?
Suppressor out?
I was just looking
I have a Liberty Mystic that I ordered for someone and he's missing it. He did I paid for it. But
so it's yours.
He never came back, and it's like I'm gonna have to get that out and put that into the inventory too.
Yeah,
so. That's yours now. Yep.
Yeah. So if Patrick doesn't have any, I know Patrick had a cool night vision thing, but I don't know if he's ready to talk about that because he might be making a video on it, and
there's nothing really to talk about. I don't have the last tube yet.
Okay.
So I have I got all of the hardware ready to go. You can see I have front and back ocular pieces ready to go. If it will focus on this, come on. There is literally nothing behind me to focus. What are you focusing on? God, there's nothing back there. There you go.
There it goes.
Yeah.
Front and all the optics are on. I have one tube in on the left. I'm waiting for the payday to get my second tube.
Yeah. How much money has gone into this so far?
Do you? Oh, I think I took the battery out. Do you really want to know?
Do you want to say it publicly?
Yeah.
The housing. So the housing's brand new. The housings go for $2,800. Just the housing. I got it used, so it was like $1,200. And then each ocular pieces was $220. So what's that? 2, 4, 6, 8, $900.
And the housing is. Go ahead.
Housing is just the plastic.
Yeah, and is that 3D printed?
So I have heard that they are. I looked today and I couldn't confirm it. I know that the katanas from Noctorium Industries are 3D printed. I couldn't confirm that these are, but I thought they were. I thought the DTNVG and the DTNVS housings were actually 3D printed on like $200,000 3D printers, like very high, because you can't tell that it would be printed. but I couldn't confirm it. I know the katana is, though. Let's see. Oh, wrong tube. There we go.
Oh,
look at that.
yeah,
wait.
yeah, right there. This is Babyface P OnlyFans.
Come on.
Come
saw it for a
on. Stay
second.
still. It was about ready to focus. Stay right there. Stay right there. It's
If
coming.
you're looking
He's
at it,
coming.
there you go. Boom,
Nice and green.
Yeah, if I hunt
yeah,
enough, I'll be able to make that into the thumbnail. But
Getting the second tube on the 15th. I'm going to order just another. I'm going used tubes again on this one. I wanted to spend the money on brand new white phosphor, but they run about $2,000 per tube, and I literally,
wait,
literally
2,000? Did you just say
Per-
2,000
per tube, and you need 2 of them. And I use this thing to walk the dog and piss in the dark. That's so far all I use it for. I can't spend $4,000
and
to
walk
not
the
miss
dog is
toilet.
code. That's code.
Oh yeah, I haven't done that. I could though.
That's code.
I just can't. I can't bring myself to spend $4,000 so I can pee in the dark. That's just I can't do it.
Brian
Can't
Quick
do it.
says the real question is how much does Marley think you spent?
You know, I could make a joke here, but I am completely honest with my wife, and she is mostly on board with me.
I had a conversation with Marley today when I was over there.
How'd that go? Yeah, because I was
yeah.
busy. I was working.
Marley was telling me she's doing all these extra hours and stuff, and I was like, "Yeah, so where's that money going?"
Yeah, exactly.
And she gave me this look, like I was like, "Is some of that money going to guns?"
I put a list together of what I have spent. If I make an agreement with her, like if I like the housing for this, I was like, listen, this is a really good deal. It's about 50% off. It's used. I won't buy more guns until it's paid off.
Okay.
I keep a spreadsheet of what I owe to the Bank of Marley, and I make sure that our bank account gets the money back before I go spending any more money. So,
Jacob, is it Jacob Marley? Bob Marley?
She's not unhappy with me as long as I make sure the money gets back in there. So
yeah. AK Sean wants to know if it's a birthday present for yourself.
No, I already got one of those, and it was also very expensive.
He's got a sugar mama now present.
You what? Should I show off? No, I don't want to. I got a sugar mama buying me things nowadays.
Yeah, exactly.
Gosh.
So here's something.
I'm very lucky. I will say I'm very lucky.
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of a DAO, or decentralized autonomous organization like TUSC Crypto. TUSC cryptocurrency is a firearm-friendly e-commerce option for online payment transactions, secured on the blockchain. So when you're in the crypto market, please consider TUSC, TUSC.
Yeah, now listen, you got to get that in.
Lucky.
Yes, very, very, very. Okay,
very, very lucky that I have met somebody who lets me partake in my my enjoyments.
Very, 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 very. She didn't look too bad that she's been working overtime and you've been spending the money.
Because I haven't spent her money. Again, I make sure that the money goes back in once I'm done. But yeah, it was the same thing when I was in college because my parents helped me get through college. Mm-hmm. That's when my gun habit started. And mom would be like, "Oh, you owe me for the phone bill this month." I'm like, "It's coming." And then I'd buy a new gun, and she'd be like, "You got to pay me for that. Why'd you get?" I'm like, "Listen, at least I'm not smoking crack and picking up hookers. Okay, I'm doing okay stuff here."
Right. You might be better off.
I don't know, it's more expensive.
When you dip into the Bank of Marley, like, do you have to do special favors?
Not yet. She hasn't held me to it yet, but I won't put it past her in the future. You know, really what the way it goes for the two of us is I don't complain about the things that she buys. She'll come home with Target bags, and I know I just keep my effing mouth shut because I know at some point something will show up in the mail, and I'll be like, "Don't worry about it."
Oh, you're good. Every time something shows up for Lola, which Lola mostly shops, she'll buy like used stuff, like used clothing and things like that. And she's very thrifty. She's always looking for sales. But every time something shows up, I'm like, no, what is this? Why? Why is something showing up for you here?
I can't believe I learned it before you did, but I have learned that when something shows up from Poshmark or anything like that, I keep my mouth shut because I want her happy so she will let me buy dumb shit.
No. I've got to poke the bear at all opportunities.
Oh God, you live on the edge.
Patrick, I had to fish out, hand out a set of those tubes for you for this funeral thing I was partaking with this.
Oh God, are you serious? Oh. Well, I mean,
it's tough when people pass. Yeah, I mean, it's expensive.
It's
Let me give everybody a little advice. If you know you're going to go, or you think you're going to go,
life insurance.
Get a deal. You know.
Oh, get it.
Yeah.
Prepay your thing. Put your stuff on layaway. Put your affairs on layaway.
Mm-hmm. We were talking about that the other day. That back in the days, older people would pay towards their you can buy not their caskets, all of their death stuff. You would pay towards
the whole thing ahead of time.
Yeah,
you can pay for the whole thing ahead of time.
But also, if you want to do insurance, you have to do insurance early. So when Lola and I got married, the first thing that we did was get life insurance, which I'm glad I did. And then remember, I had Crohn's and stuff, so it would be more difficult to do it later to get the life insurance.
Marley and I need a. I think we both have policies, but they're not big ones. It's not enough money for us to kill each other over, which is good. But that's something we need to look at as we have kids, figure out that sort of stuff. Because it really is never too early to think about it.
When you get kids, you should definitely up it because they'll need it.
But the whole funeral thing is a racket to begin with.
Did the person want a funeral? Did they get a funeral? The whole thing. I think Walt said
you said mausoleum, right? Mausoleum's big.
You're kidding me? Well, you have to in New Orleans. You have to be above ground, right?
Yes, pretty much. Yes.
Yeah.
So either it's a plot, a separate little thing, or in the mausoleum. So
yeah.
I've already said go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
I said it's a long story. I'll tell you when I see you in person next time. But you're just going, how much?
Yeah, I have told Marley, and I'll say it here for public record if anybody ever gets curious. If I die at any point, accidentally get hit by a bus, just cremate me. There's no reason to spend.
Oh yeah.
There's no reason to spend this kind of money to put me in the ground. That's insane.
Once you're gone, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Two of those really good used tubes and a few.
Put the helmet and my body armor on me, and these are coming with me. So don't dig them up later.
Oh no!
Don't do that either. You know what?
No. I call dibs on that when you're out of here. That's mine. I'm coming over.
You know what's funny? You can't have. None of y'all are allowed to have any of my NFA items. I already have a trustee for all that.
Yeah. I'm going to say, you know what, Marley? This thing, I'm pretty sure that these night vision were about $12 to $20, I think. And you know what? I'm going to give you 40.
He just said, listen, I really want you to have that. You just take it with you.
Yeah. Just cremate. To me, I believe in cremation, man.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
Yeah. And in Louisiana, what did they... I mean, come on. All those bodies will be floating no matter what you do.
Well, I've heard after Katrina that did happen, right?
Well, they were floating coffins and stuff.
Yeah,
that's what I had heard. Yep.
Yeah. So I don't know what.
Yeah, no, it's a racket.
Yeah, for sure.
They got it sealed up pretty tight. Those funeral types.
Yeah.
I guess there was an order of monks that was locally there that was making wooden caskets and selling them to people.
Mm-hmm.
And the funeral home organization people rallied against them and shut it down.
Because they were undercutting them, I'm guessing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm sure it was cheap. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When
you can literally get buried, because you're going to get cremated. You don't put you in a metal casket. They put you in a box. And then throw it in the oven and boom, like that.
Yeah.
$450 for 2 hours?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, come on, it's just,
it is.
Drake said skirt. I don't know. Boss Hog said Babyface P gonna have to turn tricks. Marley gonna tell him to get out on the track and bring all my money back.
I know if I don't pay my money back, she's gonna break my knees. And it doesn't affect because I work from home behind a computer, so she can break my knees.
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat. That is. Did you get to deal with the two separate types of people at the funeral home? Because I didn't personally deal with any of them. I just got or Peggy was told that we're gonna share this amongst the children's,
and this is what you owe. And it's like,
oh, that's good.
fuck.
Because when my mom passed,
Oh, we didn't pay for it all. We didn't pay for the whole
Lola
thing.
and I had to pay a big chunk of stuff. And then people got mad at me because I decided I was going to cremate my mom, which is what she told me she wanted. She's always said that, and she didn't do anything. Like when she was healthy, I always said to her, "Hey, I should put a life insurance policy on you in case something happens, because it's going to be expensive." But she just never did it. But we still wound up having to pay for a lot of it. And then people got mad because they wanted me to like send her body back to Guyana or some craziness.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you pay for it. Go ahead.
Yeah, my mom told me a long time ago. She's told me through my whole life. She's like, when I'm gone, I'm gone. And I believe the same thing. And on top of that, she's Indian. It's not just Indian people that believe that. But yeah, when
in India, don't they do a funeral fire?
Yeah. That's what they do.
Send you back to the earth.
That's the most sensible of all the cultures. That's the most sensible way to deal with it.
I don't like the birds. I don't want to be with the birds. Have you seen that sky burials that they do, where they splay you open? This is in like South America. They splay you open and leave you in the mountains where the condors can. Oh yeah, South America. The condors will come.
So they come eat you.
Come eat you. No, I don't want that. I'm doing a sky burial.
That's disrespectful.
No, thank you.
During the height of COVID over in India, when there was a high death rate, they didn't have enough wood for the fires.
Mm-hmm.
Because they stack up a mound of wood and burn your body, and they didn't have enough wood for all the fires. So
yeah,
there was
I saw a video, or they throw you in the Ganges or whatever. That's like, ugh.
I saw a video last night of in China. They had a mobile crematorium. It was a van like you have, Hank, a camper van like that,
like just a big oven.
Big, but it had a massive stack coming out the top and just
oh my god,
flames shooting out.
That's gotta smell real nice.
No,
and they were under some overpass, just burning bodies. I guess
might smell like barbecue.
My dad.
I heard we do smell like pork.
Mm-hmm.
My dad made the statement one time from being over in Europe, and and now that environment during the war is you can definitely tell when it's running.
Marley disgustingly has told me whenever because she used to be a surgical tech, whenever there were surgeries, whenever they were cauterizing wounds, she said it smells like bacon. Yeah, she was like,
but crematoriums don't smell good. I know this is like a disgusting thing. Yeah, this is a disgusting thing to talk about, but I worked at there's a place I worked for a long time that it's an orthopedic place, which is funny. Like I was just at an orthopedic place because there's something wrong with my shoulder, and I had to get a shot in my shoulder. But I worked at an orthopedic place that experimented on the different things they experimented, including dogs, and they had a crematorium there that they would put the dogs into afterwards, and that was horrible. Yeah,
there's some
that was
really
a horrible thing.
If anybody wants to fill their morbid curiosity, there's actually a couple of morticians on YouTube who talk about because somebody has to do this job.
That's the last freaking channel I want to watch.
I hate to say it, somebody has to be the Undertaker. There has to be, and not the wrestler. But no, they talk about the most brutal thing that I learned, and their skill set is not necessarily for cremation. That's an easy thing. You put them in an oven and you turn it on. Their skill set is burying people, dressing them, washing them, doing all that sort of stuff. The guy talked about, and anybody that's more that has a weak stomach, you could turn away now. Talked about closing mouths because dead people, that's normal. In the old days, he said what they had was a massive horse needle, and they would stitch your mouth shut and then stitch your lips shut from the inside. And he said nowadays they have and this again would freak me out. It's almost like a nail gun sort of thing, and they put it up under your chin. They cut a little flap of skin, put it up under your chin, and you basically nail your lower jaw to your upper jaw, and then kind of close it back up. Real morbid, super, super morbid. But
if you weren't dead at that point, you definitely are done for.
You ain't talking now. But it was interesting to watch because it's a part of life, the whole cycle of life that we never get to see, and we kind of push that on people that are okay with it because most people aren't okay with it.
Someone's got to do. There's dirty jobs in the world, and someone has to do them. Just like the dude who has to be a sniper and go out there and take out people. I mean, someone's got to do that job. And it might sound like fun until you actually have to do it.
I could do that job.
After you do a couple, 310 of them, it's here goes.
If I were told that person did such and such and they're bad, I think I could do that job. I'm just saying.
The one thing is, like, some of those guys, not all of them, some of those guys are really nice guys, but some of them, you could tell, they don't see human beings like human beings anymore after that. Some of them, not all.
Your targets.
Yeah. No, it like when coming back to normal life, to regular life that we all get to live because of the sacrifices that they made.
Oh hell yeah.
People.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't come back to normal, you know. Sometimes you're evaluating every single person and someone's acting up and you're like, oh my god.
I mean, yeah.
It's a tough thing. Okay, listen. Just to switch the subject off of the morbidity here. So if you guys remember, like way back in this podcast, at least a couple of years now, I spent money and bought a Microtech, my first Microtech. At a SHOT Show. Lola and I went to SHOT Show.
You went and had it engraved and made it all pretty. And,
it was awesome. It had like the Hank Strange logo all over it. It was engraved everywhere. And I spent some money on that. You know, obviously, like Microtech. I don't think Microtech gives anyone... Well, they don't give me free knives, even though...
You bought it from PVK, which PVK is they are not a cheap place to buy knives.
Yes.
They are a premium dealer. When I say premium, I mean it in every sense of the word.
Right, absolutely. So then, fast forward to, there's been, for a while, I think I've told you guys, I don't know where that knife is.
You lost it.
Yeah, lost that knife. And then, today...
You found it.
The knife is back.
Where was it?
I didn't find it. The guys...
It was a miracle?
Yeah, the guys at Sunshine State RV... What's up?
I call bullshit. I call bullshit on that. I think that there was some guardian angel out there that was like, God damn it, he left this again. And it happened to... Tell him where it was.
It was in a pop-top of a van. You know vans have like the pop-top tents on them? It was in there, and actually when I went there today, they said that the people, they were cleaning it up, and the people found... I guess the people who bought it were like, what is this? And they looked at it, and it had my logo all over it. And so I got my knife back today.
Well, let me tell you, if you hadn't have splashed your logo all over it, somebody would have kept it.
Yeah. So this is just as a lesson to you. Put your logo all over your knives, and maybe they'll come back to you. Or if it's someone like Patrick, he'll just put ransom photos on the internet.
No, I'll take it. I'll like tour it around the world like they had. What was that? The like elf that tours the world, and somebody took pictures of it all over the place. I would do that with your knife, and I would just send random postcards of it in France, and then send it. Not tell you who
never
it was.
Send it back. Never send it back. So I appreciate the guys at Sunshine State for. Let me see if I can get this to focus for sending this back to me.
That's a UTX 85?
Yep. And there you go. So now I've got mine back. Lola hasn't gotten hers back, though. So
I don't want to talk about
just
that.
a little bit of a guilt.
Talk about that.
It's a little bit of a guilt trip. As a reminder to you, when you are traveling and you're getting on a plane, go through your backpack or whatever it is that you're taking on the plane with you.
Yes.
I go through everything.
Don't use your traveling bag as a gun bag or a gear bag to take stuff to the range. Do not do that.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna forget a shell, you're gonna forget a knife, you're gonna forget and then you're gonna be when they give you a hard time at TSA.
What's funny that I found, because I watched a video the other day of it was a body cam video of a cop that got called to an airport because a guy had a gun. Mm-hmm. And that seems like a big deal when they call it in. And the guy was like, I completely forgot. This is my everyday bag, and I always put the gun back here, and I just completely... The cops typically are just like, I don't fucking care. It's not a big deal. But the TSA people are fucking crazy.
Well, that's how they... You remember, that's how you work your way up in those organizations by being the guy who saves the planet. Mm-hmm. You know, so if you get the most
from that switchblade,
you get the most little kills on your little board, then guess what? You're supervisor material there, aren't you? Yeah.
It's
all those 3-letter agencies are all the same.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's how they make their bones. right?
Yep.
I think that's what Walter was going to say there. I cut him off.
Pretty much, yep.
Yeah, I think like Walter said, man, if you don't use the same backpack, but if you do, like I do that a lot. So if I'm traveling on the plane, I go through everything. I take everything out of there. I go through every pocket, everything.
Dump that sucker upside down.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
I take everything out.
Because if they find one shell, one spent casing in there, they think that you're going to blow that plane up.
Yeah.
I know it makes no sense, but you find one 22 casing in there, they're going to be like, what's this? It's like, it's a 22. I go to the range all the time. Oh, he was going to kill everybody.
Yeah.
It's scrap.
Yeah. And you can do it when you have time. Like I always do when I have time. And Lola gets mad because I'm sitting there going through the backpack. She's like, oh, what are you doing? And then what? Guess what? She got on the plane. I no longer travel on a plane unless I have to. And she didn't remember. It was probably my fault. If you ask Lola right now, she will say it's probably my fault.
You're pushing it. You really do poke the bear way too much.
She's too cold. She's up front in the van right now. She's too cold to come back here. And but I'm sure I'll hear about it later. But yeah, look, got my knife back. Hank Strange all over it. If you find one out there with Lola Strange on it, we'll take care of you. We'll hook you up if you bring that knife back.
I would be very excited to hear it come back to her because that was a really nice knife.
Yeah, it was. So, DCG44 says, I remember you showing that off. Congrats on getting it back. And
the worst. Mm-hmm. Do you guys have anything like that? So, wallet is my main one. Whenever I'm like, where the hell is my wallet? That's a big one. I hate that feeling. Mm-hmm. My expensive knives are another one. Are there other things that you guys have that you're like, if you lose it, you just instantly are like, oh, where is that?
Yeah, wallet is one.
I lost all my expensive knives, so I don't have that feeling anymore.
Yeah.
That makes me so sad.
Yeah.
It
was a Microtech, right? Was that a Microtech? Two Microtechs. Oh, damn.
But the funny thing is you have those cheap ones that work plenty well, and you never lose those.
No,
you never lose any of those.
For a long time, I wasn't even rolling with a Microtech anymore. I was like, oh, that's it. The other Microtechs are not going out of the house. Because I don't know, what did I roll with today? Oh no, I didn't roll with a Microtech. I rolled with a Tops Knives. Check it out, Tops Knives, right there.
I lost this. This is a really nice Kiwi 4 from Spyderco. I really like this blade. This was one of my big purchases right after I got out of college.
those are nice. Yeah.
I lost this thing for the better part of maybe 2 years. Because this to me was my gentleman carry knife. Like if I was going out in a suit or something, I would put this in my pocket. It's a nice knife. Well, I put it in my suit pocket, came home drunk from something, and totally forgot about it. And then 2 years later, Marley and I were going to a wedding. I put my jacket on, and I was like, holy shit, I've been looking for this for like 2 years in the coat pocket of my suit.
Yeah.
Did I tell you the guys a story when I found $1,000 in my coat pocket?
Oh, that you found my money, Walt. You found my money. I knew I lost $1,000. That's already your money. I lost $1,000 somewhere, Walt. Damn.
I was at Knob Creek one year, and I was leaving the table to go walk around, so I grabbed 10 $100 bills just to have in my pocket.
Holy jeez.
And
baller
status. And this I had purchased this jacket at the show. It's a German World War II camouflage jacket. Wore it at the show, walked around, did all this stuff. Once I got back, I just forgot I put it in the.
Wait, is that my jacket that you?
Walter,
no, British. That's British.
This is some big dick energy stuff here. I just forgot about $1,000.
I would be looking for that still.
I would be turning out of my car.
So, when you
people are gonna get accused. People are gonna get accused.
Oh yeah, where'd that $1,000?
If I can't find something, I accuse Patrick. If I can't find something, I text him. Hey, where the hell is my gun?
I haven't seen it. I don't know.
I had a lot more than 1,000 at the shows. Just put it that way. I had a lot more than 1,000 at the show.
Yeah.
So
that was the lint off of the knot.
Yeah.
I about a year later, I got that jacket out and stuck my hand in the pocket, and it's like, what's this? And it's like, holy shit, that's that $1,000 I put in the pay. He goes, give me that.
Yeah, exactly. Right out of your hand. Right out of your hand.
Yeah.
She probably put it in the bank or something,
I don't know
you're a baller, Walt.
I don't know that I could just lose $1,000.
No, I just forgot about it. I didn't lose it.
Okay, let me rephrase this. I don't know that I could just forget.
Yeah, Patrick can't forget $10.
Hell no! $10 goes missing. I'm looking for it. That's like 2 trips to Taco Bell.
One of my saddest losing moments.
He's not joking. Patrick is not joking.
One time I lost $20. I had $20 in my pocket, and that's what I was going to go out with that night and have a couple drinks and just hang out. I lost that $20 when I pulled my keys out of my pocket or something before I went out, and it was just like, I didn't have an extra $20 then either. I didn't.
No, back before you have the money, you're like,
and it was like, oh man, God, fuck, that sucks. I'd sit home. But
I'm trying to think if I've ever lost anything. I've never lost large amounts of money. Not at least that I can think of, unless I just put it out of my mind. I've lost items before, and Hank can tell you, anybody that's listening, he can tell you, I hate, and Marley especially can tell you, I hate losing stuff. Especially when it's something like my knives or, my everyday carry stuff that I always have with me. I hate losing that. It makes me so uncomfortable to not know where my things are.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, we're like dogs with a bone, man. You lose.
Oh. I've turned over my car. If we're looking for a Microtech, turned over the car, turned over this, turned over that. Marley, I forgot what she did. Marley walked out to the garage and was like, it's sitting on the washer and dryer. It's just sitting right here. I was like, you just sit. Oh, thank you for finding that.
Yeah. What's really the worst thing to me is when I lose something and I get really mad at Lola and I use very terse, let's say terse words.
Your fault.
No, here's the thing. Then eventually, this is what happens eventually. Like, I get mad and I start blaming. You know how I am. I start blaming people. Lola will then now start searching for that thing. Okay? And especially if it takes a long time and she finds it, you can't even look in her direction. Because Lola will get mad and go, okay, I'm finding this damn thing, and then I'm going to be very mad at you when I find it.
For it.
Yeah. So that's, when that happens. And so now, like, if it happens, I'm always trying to find that thing before she does. Okay. Because I get these, like, really, I don't know, you guys have probably seen Lola pissed off at me before. Yeah. It's not pretty. Yeah, it's not nice.
And Hank doesn't know how to, like dogs will tuck their tail and kind of shy away. Hank doesn't know how to do that. He just keeps going. And it's like, she's going to murder you. She's going to kill you.
Yeah. I used to get lots of licks, what they call licks, from my mom.
Oh, I bet.
I did that same thing to my mother.
God, no wonder.
Yeah, I was probably her most beaten child, I'm sure at some point, if you check the angels have the records of how much I got beaten.
All the beatings you got.
Yeah. And I'm sure Lola sometimes thinks, I wish I could give you some actual lashes.
One thing I wanted to show you, gentlemen, before we take off.
What's up?
And it won't involve any lashes. Back in the day, one of the bands that were coming up years ago, I went ahead and bought a couple 20-round Sega mags. I think I have another one somewhere stashed.
Oh yeah, I hope you have another one.
Those,
please say you have two, please.
Those will be getting worked on this weekend, and I will update everybody with a video very shortly.
Yeah, Babyface has a Sega video on the way.
I have to see if I can, with some modifications, make them run in the AK-12 shotgun that I bought recently. You have to get a different magwell. You got to change the magwell on the shotgun to do it. But yeah,
so you got to modify the gun.
Mm-hmm.
These are virgins. They've never even had a round in them. So,
Yeah, I'm not going to say what I was going to say. That's too filthy. I can't say it out loud.
DCG44 says, I did not lose it, but the other day I was moving stuff and found a brand new Grand Power I had forgotten buying. That sounds like Walter.
That sounds cool. Amazing. I don't have any guns that I've forgotten that I bought. Yeah. I know pretty much everything in my safe.
Oh, you know what? Go ahead, Walt.
I've bought things and put it away and just kind of got it out of the mind, and then looking for something else. Like, Oh, yeah.
I have done that.
Right.
Yeah, I have done that.
I
Where
do have one
a
of
safe
those.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
I did have that. I own that.
The only thing that happens with me, I know like certain things. If I buy like 2 or 3 or 4 of something I only need 1 of.
So you keep a spare.
Well,
You have an extra?
every now and then Lola will find like one of those things brand new in a box.
But like these little Matchbox cars and Hot Wheels.
Yeah. And she's like, "Why did you buy 4 of the same exact headsets?" Oh, because those are really.
You never know when it'll go bad. I need a second.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
But just that reminds me, Patrick. Don't you have like remember that old? Remember I had like a rusty cowboy gun I bought from somewhere.
I have 2 pieces of shit in my garage that I need to fix. One for you and one for Walter.
Too.
Walter's isn't really a piece of shit. It's a Harrington and Richardson. It's actually a pretty nice revolver.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
What is mine? Mine is something
Yours
valuable.
is a piece of yours is a Spanish knockoff of Smith & Wesson, and it's a turd.
Are you gonna do a video?
Is that the one that you got from me?
Yes, it is.
Yes, I think I bought that for Walter.
Yes, and I've never. It's sitting
for whatever
in my
I
garage.
had in my pocket, which I think was $20 or something, right, Walt?
It was
No,
something
I
like
think
that.
you had
That
a
is
little
one of
more
those
than
that
that.
you
Yeah.
take that to when the sheriff is doing a buyback for $100. You take that and you give it to them, and you get your $100 out of it, and you never look back.
I will never
That's
participate in that.
I think that's a knockoff of a Smith & Wesson like 44 caliber Russian.
Yeah, it's not even something you can get ammo for. It's like 4440 or something. It's black powder round.
I want to see that come back to life. You could do it,
Walter's is
Patrick.
at least worth it. His H&R is a nice 22. So
Yeah, we can shoot that. Yeah.
I just one day. That's one of those.
I think
one
you
day
could
I'll
do
get
it,
done.
Patrick. I think you could do it. It could be done.
I don't even know what's wrong with yours. I haven't looked at it since the time you brought it over
All
here
the-
and left it.
All the springs are sprung in that thing.
Yes, yeah.
They're
Walter's
all-
yours I think needed a new paw. I think the paw had
Yeah,
broken.
it just
needs
needs a little paw with a spring attached to it. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you can get those parts from gun parts. That's no problem.
Yeah.
I believe Patrick could fix
numerous.
that. You could fix that.
I will. It might just take me forever. It'll be on the list of whenever Walter gets the Glock lowers out for the Strybogs.
hey.
I'll fix the revolver.
Well, now I got a mission. You're done. You're done for me.
Oh, there's going to be a lot of people thanking you, Patrick, if you actually.
I
get that
know.
happen.
Game
Walter-
on.
Walter
Game
putting out the Strybon Glock lowers. Damn it!
Game
I
on.
think I get a question about that like at least
I get,
once
like,
a week.
Once a week, I get somebody saying, "Is this ever coming out?" I'm like, I stopped even responding to them because I don't even know.
I get it too. Trust me, I get it too.
Yeah. I see the people asking you on Facebook, and I just pretend I don't even see your Facebook.
Nick told me the other day that he's a manager on your Facebook, and people ask
I
all
just
the
pretend.
time about it.
I'm like, I'm not even getting into this. That's not my business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
It'll happen.
Yeah,
It'll happen.
It will.
It'll happen.
It will.
All right.
If people stop dying in my family, I mean, I have some
listen,
Jesus.
man, that's not. Yeah. That's
I
not
mean,
a
I
thing.
joke about it, but you know, it's just been a string of
Yeah.
a
Just
string
make
of hits
sure that
lately,
me and
so-
Patrick are on the will. Now, a verbal will is fine, so you can just say that some of it,
right now.
some of your guns are going to us, right?
Walter's gonna give you a
Did he
split
freeze?
50 casing.
Is Walter frozen? Right?
Yeah, no, he's not. I can't hear.
Some of those guns are coming in our direction. I particularly call dibs on anything German.
Who's? Do you think? Listen, the two of you are older than me.
Before we go in German, go ahead, Patrick, and we'll talk about East German AK kit after you get done.
Dude, the 4,000. It was cool, but not for that kind of money. It ain't cool.
I saw that it's from Centerfire Systems. Anybody listening? They put an ad out. East German AK kit, right? AK-74. 74. I flip it open. I scroll down. $39.99.
$4,000.
It don't even have a barrel in it.
No original barrel. But hey, it comes with 4 magazines, Walter.
Oh
4
boy.
magazines.
Oh boy.
And you get the mag pouch that has the East German.
Yeah. Right. Like right here.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. There you go.
Walt.
They used to sell these things for $1.
That's pretty clean.
God,
and they used to sell it. There was one time Century came out before anybody had 74 stuff. Century was selling those East German mags for $1.50 a piece.
Well, I'll tell you this: if they keep going in that
I know,
direction,
and I was like, I should have bought 1,000 of those.
PSA is going to make so much money, man, when they put out.
I'm telling you that I think, and I'm sorry for anybody who wants one, I think Jeff and I single-handedly moved the market on the East German stuff. Because, Walter, you were telling me back in the 90s and 2000s, nobody wanted those damn things.
Nobody wanted the pebble, the brown pebble stocks.
Yeah, nobody. Now they are in hot demand.
I have some of the brown handguard pieces that a friend gave me from Germany, and the little slant muzzle brakes and all that stuff. I got to dig that stuff out.
Those are
in the wrappers, But
hot commodities.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, East German AK mags. One time, I paid $3 a piece for them, and these were like brand new magazines.
I hate hearing this. Yeah, the ones in your hand right there, still in the pouch, aren't they? In the paper.
No, these are even better. These are These are Type 84.
I think if
Chinese.
you were to pack up your house or pack up even the shop, I think Patrick might volunteer.
You know the funny thing about I love digging through places like Walter's shop. My family has a Richmond Time Service. It's a watch repair shop off of Kennedy in Tampa. That's another place I love digging through because it's been around since 1952 or something.
Oh, there's all
you have no idea the type of stuff you'll find in there. Because back in '52, there was like Rolex parts and shit that nobody
anything
cared
from
about.
1950 something is probably
old
Hamilton
parts and stuff.
Yeah, it's
like
probably
that.
really good looking too. Like design back in 1950.
There are things I know for a fact that my cousin in one of his drawers has a Omega Speedmaster dial and case with no movement. And again, when it came into the shop back in 1980, it's like nobody fucking cares. It's not worth that much. But now it's like there's all sorts of that stuff in that shop where you're like, man, that's really cool. Somebody brought that back to life. That'd be really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, listen, we got to wrap it up here. For some reason now, the signal's clear. Everything's awesome.
I know. 9 o'clock rolls around.
Yeah. But it was fun. I hope everyone.
Oh, one more thing before we go.
Mm-hmm.
When I was digging out those Yugoslavian AK pistols.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that VZ58 barrel.
Oh, that's what it is, and a chopped receiver.
Yeah. You know how much I paid for these kits that I bought when I bought these, Patrick?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even
before any
know.
of the rifles or the receivers, $49 a piece, and they were with the barrels.
Next time you come up, you'll need to bring a VZ58. I have never fired one.
Oh, this is the.
I had it. Wait a minute.
Well, show that again.
I don't think I fired it last. No, maybe I did shoot it.
I think you did. Because I said, "How'd you like it?" And you didn't say a whole lot.
It's like an AK from what I remember, but different.
It's smoother than an AK.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lighter
the Czechs
weight gun
know what they're doing.
Yeah, I call dibs on everything that Walter has. That's a bullpup. That's all I got to say.
Is there a whole lot?
I'm waiting for when the VHS comes out. The new gun from.
Are you think you're really going to get one?
What's that?
You think you're really going to get one?
I'm not even going to hesitate a second if the sales guy calls me.
Did it, Mr. Big? Really? Mr. Big Kid has a video with that. Did you? I haven't looked at it yet, but he has a.
Even at the 2,000 price, that's something you'll go for.
I'm not even gonna. You know why I'm not gonna swipe an eye? Because if all of a sudden there's jackasses in charge decide to ban stuff, that'll be on the list right at the top of the list.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right.
Mr. Big Kid has one. You know, Mr. Big Kid, he has one, but I haven't seen. I've seen him put up stuff on Instagram and all that with it.
That's one of those. You know me, I'm not a bullpup fan, but I would like to own one of those. I think they're really cool. So I'm on.
Yeah, because it's been through the ringer already with the military over there. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it works. It functions.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah, if I got $2,000 laying around, it's very easily spent.
Well, Walter, you got to watch out for. He'll just forget about $2,000 sitting in a pocket somewhere.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Just
go to Walter's house and borrow jackets.
Yeah, he drops his drawer, sees a bathroom, and dollar bills just fall out of it everywhere.
Yeah. This past weekend, the suit I wore to the funeral to Peggy's
Don't tell me you
dad's
found money in it.
Funeral. Well, I checked the pockets first thing, hoping I find something, But I had bought that suit to go to Uncle George's funeral, which was Peggy's dad's brother.
Oh God, too much dying.
Well, that was years ago. That wasn't. Recent.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But the best part is it fits still.
That is a good feeling. That is a very good feeling.
And I look pretty as a muffin.
We're talking about a pretty buff dude in the first place.
Oh, I clean up well. I clean up really well.
DCG says, "Hey Hank, Mossberg 500 factory bullpup. Is there a Mossberg 500?"
Yes, they made a factory bullpup. Yes,
they made a factory bullpup, and they're not common.
When did this come out? Oh, this was a long time ago.
80s into the mid 90s.
80s, 90s, probably. Yeah.
Oh, who has it? Oh, who has one of those?
Nobody, because they're not common.
Where is it? Where is it?
Yeah, I know.
It wasn't real pretty.
Go find one.
I'll just say that.
It wasn't? Okay.
It wasn't real pretty, no.
It's very similar to that one that you have, I think.
Oh, okay. Like that. What's the one I have? The one I have is...
You have the high standard, don't you?
Yeah.
But isn't it set up similarly to that?
It's not pretty as the high standard, no.
Oh.
Is it not? Okay.
Okay.
No, it's more boxy.
The high standard, I think, when it comes to bullpup shotguns, the high standard is the high standard.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't walk away from it if it's a factory bullpup. I probably wouldn't walk away from it.
You wouldn't kick it out of bed at night.
No. I would have to get that. Okay, listen, we're going to wrap it up. We're going to wrap it up here so these guys can go. I just want to let everyone know, tomorrow, I don't know if one of these guys wants to come on or not. I'll paint him into a corner. But tomorrow we have Luis Valdez of GOA, Florida, joining us.
They hate him. They must hate him.
Yeah, he is actually going to be talking about this article, which we got so crazy into things that I forgot to show it. Let me just throw it up here. Yeah, Florida.
Walter, you're right. This bullpup is an ugly turd.
Yeah, it's not very pretty.
Floridians want constitutional carry, so why aren't lawmakers listening? This is on The Truth About Guns. It's by Luis Valdez. I shared some stuff on Instagram.
He's a bloodhound to a bone type of guy. Like he keeps them.
He's a buzzard on a dead.
He buzzard on a shit wagon. He keeps them moving.
Yeah, we need constitutional carry here in Florida. And
the governor already said he would sign it. The governor has already gone out of his way saying, if you put it on my desk, I'll sign it. And all those fuckers are dragging their feet now.
Turds. Yeah. Those turds won't do it.
They are the shit wagon.
And they're Republicans. They're Republicans. Okay, so wait, is this a picture of what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Yes, that is it. Ooh.
I'll still get it.
Well, Hank won't kick it out of bed at night.
No, I'll still get it. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's not that bad.
The high standard is much cooler with the swivel, the helicopter butt end that swivels around.
Yeah. Is DCG saying he has one? Because if you got one, as long as it's not $15,000.
Oh no $1,000 for that.
I don't think there's any collectability to them. They were not like highly sought after.
Yeah, he says he has one. Okay, let me know. Hey, take care of a brother. Hook a brother up.
Hank, he's gullible. He's easily
Yeah. Okay. So listen, I'm gonna let these guys tell you all how you can support them, and I don't even know. Okay. Yes. So let's start with Patrick, Babyface P.
YouTube.com/ Wow, I just lost it. YouTube.com/babyfaceP or baby_faceP if you want to see my Instagram stuff. I post mostly to Instagram right now, but I do have some projects that are sitting on the workbench, almost ready to go. So that will be coming out soon.
Okay, awesome. Cool. And then we've got Walter Keller here. And where can the folks find you?
On Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube for Safety Over Firearms. There's StenParts.com. Actually, StenParts has a YouTube channel, but we've never really developed it too much.
Yeah, we got to do more Sten gun videos.
Yeah, it's kind of on the docket of things to do.
Yeah.
And then there's Dirtfoot Racing. That's on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram if you want to check out and mess around with mini bike stuff. And anything with an engine is liable to show up on Dirtfoot Racing, so we're not prejudiced in that respect. Mm-hmm. So that's the way you find me.
In that respect, no. In any other respect,
yes.
Absolutely.
With no respect, I get no respect.
Yeah. With all due respect not given.
Given, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so listen, we are going to play the end here and then come back. Who's leaving the words of wisdom?
It's always Walter. Walter's always the best at it.
Oh, okay. Mommy, stop
Walter.
it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Walter, you've got the track record. So we're going to play the end here. We're going to come back. Walter's going to leave the words of wisdom. Thanks for everyone who came over here, even though we had the break or whatever. If you're listening to this later, I would have sewn this together or fixed all that up in post. But let's play the end here. All right, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. We're going to rip the audio out of this, throw it up on iTunes and all your other favorite places to listen to audio podcasts. You can also go to hankstrange.com and hear the podcast from there as well. Anytime you like, the podcast is always up there. If you want to watch us live, come over to Utreon, U-T-R-E-O-N. That's where we are. And Lola says, I should always remind people that you can also, like Utreon works like Patreon and YouTube, so you could subscribe to us here and all that kind of good stuff. So we appreciate that. Words of wisdom, Walter.
God. Hard to focus on one thing. What we were talking about earlier is that free speech thing, basically. Don't let people silence you no matter what they might not like what you're saying, but they don't have to listen if they don't want to hear it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, just be civil. That's all.
Yeah. And also listen, there's nothing wrong with listening. If you can hear what people have to say, then you can formulate an opinion however you want to do it. They're free to say what they have to say. You're free to formulate your opinion.
Yeah.
All that. That's called freedom.
Yeah, but when you start silencing people, it's going to come back and bite you. So
it is a circle. The circle happens.
Yeah, what comes around,
It's a double-edged sword.
Don't start burning books and silencing people and tearing down. The circle of knife life. Maybe my 2 microtechs will come back home someday. I don't know. I doubt it.
Not if they don't have Walter Keller written and scripted on them.
I just hope whoever found those knives appreciates them, not just goes, "What the fuck is this thing?" Nah. Okay.
Yeah, the guys told me that when they found this, when the people brought it back, they Googled it and they were like, "Oh, this is expensive." And I was like, "Thank you very much."
Yes, it is. Very.
Well, if it's not one of my knives, and you go, they weren't pretty, they were used, but they're still, they're still microtechs. Don't give it away for nothing, or don't dig up the flowers in the flower bed with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
All right, thanks so much, everyone out there, for listening. We'll be back tomorrow. We're gonna do tomorrow with Luis Valdez, and then we'll probably be off for the rest of the week. 1, my shoulder is messed up. 2, I'm going to Hamcation in Orlando. That's where we'll be towards the end of the week doing the Hamcation convention in Orlando. So if you're out there, we'll talk about it tomorrow, but if you're out there, join us out there. All right, we're out of here. We'll see you guys. Let me see if I can do this right. I can hit the right buttons here, make this happen.